School District High School football, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day, by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy, and by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
We're here at French Field tonight. David Haase along with Randy McCoy and Grace Reeder on camera. That's the funniest intro we're going to have because I thought it was important. He's saying, no, candy. I'm like, no, thank you, sir. But anyway, big game here, Randy. The Windsor Wizards coming across I-25. The Fort Collins Lambkins coming off a big win over Monarch last week. Windsor number 2 in the RPI. They'd want to stay there for sure and get back to try to avenge their only loss of the season to Pine Creek somewhere in the playoffs.
Well, on paper, this Windsor should be able to take care of business tonight. And, it's been a pleasure this year. We've actually been broadcasting the Windsor home games like we do PSD, so we want to welcome all those Windsor people that are watching tonight. And you're used to hearing Eric and Cody, but it's Randy and David tonight. This is the PSD crowd team. So, anyway, we're getting ready for the kickoff, and Windsor's going to be kicking off to Fort Collins.
Abby Asseged in the deep end zone.
He's got one returned.
Well, in a dangerous return man here. I think Windsor's done the scouting. By this time of the year, you know it all. But low line drive kick, bounces about the 15, gets away. Around the 10, picked up. At the sideline edge, but knocked out near the 20. Good kick coverage, way to stay in your lane. Integrity Wizards. So a chance to get around and no room. Pin him into the sideline quickly and knocked him down. So Lambkins will be on 1st and 10. Returned by Shea Wynn, number 4. And once again, welcome to French Field here. Poudre School District Athletics. Our start there a little hampered by, I thought there was something really important.
Folks, it's live TV.
Yeah, it is.
It's live TV.
Come on in.
It's real. It may be rough, but it's real, folks.
So, here we go. Iverson breaks him out under center, offset eye behind him.
They don't do that to Collinsworth, I'll tell you.
Yeah, got to talk to our people. Gives straight up the middle, big hole, goes straight forward, and Remmers takes it on down for about an 8-9 yard gain on first down.
Well, what we had, folks, those of you who haven't watched the Lambkins, the last game they played against Monarch, probably one of the better offensive displays we've seen at French Field in a few years for many of the 4 teams of passing and young quarterback, which we'll get to after a bit, but as far as passing and running the ball both, excellent job, and was able to keep the ball too.
Just
which
a
kept
very
Monarch
efficient game.
Off the field.
Iverson this time quickly throws out, throws high. I thought there was contact before the pass got there, and no call though. Pass intended for Jake Leone out there. Good to see back on the field again. What was thought to be a very serious knee injury earlier this season came back from it and leading the team in catches. So knowing his value as a receiver, and he can post up anybody basically on a spot throw like that. So 3rd and short.
That was Peoples on the number 17 on the
and a Windsor name, knowing Peoples made several big plays in the game we watched a couple weeks ago. Hand up at the middle, nowhere to go.
And again, officials letting everybody get just
We've seen that trend,
a big old shot before they ever blow the whistle.
Yeah, if you put your head down on a tackle anywhere on the open field, but if you're carrying the ball up the middle, better keep chugging because they're going to come after you. So nice stand by the Wizards out of the gate.
I mean, they kept him up long enough for pretty much all 11 guys got a shot at him.
Yeah. Everybody got to the party there. And one thing that Collins has got to do well tonight is special teams. You can't slack on any one spot here on the roster, and as far as your success.
4th and 2.
Yeah, big over-end kicker is going to hit the ground. Somebody should have got to that. They got a good bounce
Lucky. Boy.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere. Usually those rugby-style kicks, one of the best things about that is you get that end-over-ender, so only about a 5-yard gain after the land, but it flips the field down to the 35. Windsor will be starting there. And both teams here are run by quarterbacks, Randy, that they're the straw that stirs the drink. You're going to see the leading rusher and leading passer, Connor Apodaca, is having an excellent season on the ground and running this offense for the Wizards. A couple of capable running backs behind him. We'll get to those guys as they go. And Watch falling behind Zach Watts, the D1 commit to Wyoming. He's a load on the left side of that line. Apodaca back to throw and first down scrambles, trying to look downfield, turns it up. Be dragged down after about a 4-yard gain.
It looked like Windsor was going to try to come out and
test it early.
And do something that they're not used. You know, this is a game, Dave, that really Windsor just needs to take care of business.
Yeah, no, and if you look at your stats, you know they run it and they pass it both fairly efficiently. I mean, they're not percentage completion's not that, but for the touchdowns per attempt, Windsor's very high. That means that you got to honor that running game, and then all of a sudden somebody pops deep, and Apodaca's been proficient with those. Toss left side, wide sweep. Collins, those got guys all over it. Oh, great move, and you lost the outside position there. And what a nice job on that turn and run there by the wingback who came around, number 25, Wyatt Adams.
Just a sophomore.
Well, that just shows you, nobody gets wider than you as a corner. Nobody gets deeper than you in your zone. And that time the near side play, he dipped in, and that got him about 2.5, 3 more yards, and it was enough to move the chains.
Fort Collins in their black and gold tonight. We're trying to figure out if that was back in Dave's day, back in the 20s. Or
yeah, that's right. Great contrast in uni tonight. Good-looking night to play football under the moon.
Great color.
Dive right side, but Apodaca pulls it out, runs around the corner. Lots of room in the option. Shakes off a couple tacklers. Still running inside the 40, downside the 35 on the Lampkin side of the field.
And, folks, let me tell you something. He's not one of these 5'8", 5'9" guys. He is a 6'3", 200 pounds.
Yeah, he takes it and runs. He's a strider, and you just saw as soon as he got his shoulders going forward, he ran away from people, and somebody came up and put a hit on him, but it didn't do anything. He's a big kid. He took an easy stride first down.
Well, you compare him even to J.T. Erickson. He's actually a little bit bigger, or at least the same size.
He's taller and got that same type of stride, and that was just a speed option there, turn and go. Nobody came up to force him to get rid of the ball. Toss left side. Windsor's trying to get back outside. Nice job on the outside in there. Then we got almost like they got handled up in their jerseys there. Running back trying to stiff arm and get him off. But the carry by Isaiah Salazar.
Another sophomore.
Yep, loss of a couple on the play. Well, and that's what Windsor's got to do tonight. You've got to play that type of football. It's the assignment integrity. Everybody's got to do their job. Don't peek. Don't look away. And corners in the end, you just can't let anybody cross your face. Fort Collins certainly has the size to stay with Windsor up front. And like I said, last week, as we saw the best game of the year by Fort Collins. Can they play that type of game 4 quarters, 2 games in a row?
Yeah, last week was quite a week for high school football on our
Apodaca
broadcast.
Rolls out free on there, got the edge, fires it downfield, just throws a dart. Showing the arm strength there, Randy. I mean, the middle of the field, throw it about 20 yards downfield.
Well, you got to honor that he can run. So you've got to make a decision. Do you come up on him, or do you stay back on your receiver? And
and there's enough for the first down. Nice job the receiver to get to the sticks. And well, the one thing about that too, he got outside pretty easy, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the containment was broken there. And boy, if you get the open field like that, it was his choice.
Fort Collins has had no problem scoring points this year. It's keeping people out of the end zone. They did a good job with Monarch last week.
Sweep left side.
And good play.
Getting up underneath, though, right away. The Lampkins get under the tackle there. Tackled, I think it was number 34, looks like, coming across there.
John Morgan on the carry. And
Jay Sweetie on the tackle.
That's 4 different people who've carried the ball now on offense.
Well, and that's one of the great things about this type of offense. The bunch with the split or the flex bone, as it's been called before, too. Single fullback, but they run a lot of trailing wingbacks motion. And they make you stay and play the ball going both ways. Back to throw, trying to set up the screen, lobs over the middle, has got his man. And what a great throw, an athletic move that time. And he just lays it out in front of him.
Yeah, that was a Great vision by the quarterback, great arm.
Well, and
threw off 1 foot, falling backwards.
When you have the vision, when you got the height, they had no sightline problems there at all, did he?
Yeah, we talk about that in some of the shorter quarterbacks that we've seen this year, and they struggle to see. They don't even see that pass, that completion.
So the Wizards in business, 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line of the Lampkins. Motion near side, fullback give. Sheds off one tackler and breaks the plane. Touchdown, Windsor. We're getting a late call. No, I think it's calling down. Yeah, it is. The umpire didn't say anything. The line judge
it'd be nice if they would
let us know here.
Let everybody know.
The near side, the linesman must have signaled it. He's a little out of our view. We're high atop French Field here in our own little personal phone booth.
Luxury box. Full heat.
In that corner there on the left side, you kind of got a nose print in the window to see it. So Brockhammer out to kick. Good snap, a little slow, but she knocks it through. Strong-legged PAT puts it 7-0. Taking the opening drive, Randy, and they just methodically took it down, didn't they?
Yeah, and again, Fort Collins up, and in the second half of the year, they've done a better job defensively. But Windsor last week, we talked about it, and Channel 9 News Sports perhaps called it the best high school game of the year, and we had it here on Streaming Sports NoCo. And Windsor wins in overtime, beats Skyline.
In a game they had pretty much, they let off the gas.
Yeah, they let Skyline come back. They were ahead 42-20, and I think the final score was 57-55 or something like that.
Just a silly number that it was hard to believe. When I got
they stopped a 2-point conversion. That's how they won. So Eric and Cody had that game last week. You can go back on Streaming Sports and watch that game too if you want to. But we got a good one here tonight.
Brockhammer to kick. Another line drive, low kick, trying to get in the air. Field about the 25-yard line. Should be good field position. Straight up field by the return man. Take it out past the 35. So we've noticed that if you can't get the ball into the end zone for a touchback, like with some schools have got that kind of the kicker, you're just giving up field position, aren't you?
Yes, you are. And you see the Lampkins running off the field there. You kind of wonder, do you bring Abby up closer to the 20 where he can catch one of those balls, because he's probably not going to touch a kickoff and standing back at the 10 or 5.
And that's the guy you want to have it. So the second time out in the offense tonight, Hayden Iverson, the sophomore, under center, still in the offset power I.
Having a heck of a season.
Trap play underneath. Remember's trying to find his way forward there, just a
little slow.
It was a little slow coming across there. Nice job by the defense, the Wizards, getting up underneath. That's when your guys have got to blow that up. You got to come down. You got to crash down and stop that kind of a play from the start. Dalton Brummer, 56. Some of the other guys down the front for the Wizards. We'll try to get those names as we go along here, but a big number to stop. So 2nd and 9. Give on the jet sweep. Trying to go forward, and well played on the outside out there by the Wizards. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. The end just stepped up and smelled that one out right away.
So obviously, Windsor can be scored on, as we saw from Skyline. So Fort Collins,
They know it can get done. The film showed a lot, but we're also going to see whether or not Windsor might have, they want to take it up a little bit, take it up a notch compared to last week. But McGuire on the carry that time basically makes it 3rd and 10, no gain. Roll out near side. Barely gets away from a couple of defenders. Got a man wide open down the sideline here. Abby Seguin left alone. Coverage blown by the Wizards. He takes it down inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line. Randy Iverson kept the play alive, and he did what so many quarterbacks won't do when they roll like that. We've already seen Apodaca do it right time too. Roll and get your shoulders going forward. He had the chance to make a good throw, and he just threw a dart down there.
We saw that last week too. Several of those throws, and I don't know. Abby just standing there enjoying the scene. And,
he looked like he walked off the bench. Nobody knew he was there. 1st and 10 now. Lampkins 24-yard line. Shore in motion. Fake the give. Roll out. Got Shore wide open in the flat. hits him inside the 20. Steps aside a couple, shakes a couple tacklers off. He's down near the 10-yard line. What a great individual effort after the catch.
And folks, that's not an easy throw. Iverson came out going to his left, but he got his shoulder square through the ball.
And timely, too, because his guy was open. He didn't make him hang out there any longer. He got the ball to his athlete downfield and let the athlete make the play, and that's the way you want to design it. You got to get it out of your hands.
Good individual effort by the receiver as well.
Yeah, Short took it and kept going, that's for sure. So 1st and 10 now, ball on about the 11-yard line. Answering the first touchdown drive. Toss right side, got people out in front of him, cuts the edge. Oh, that's a nice tackle coming up from the secondary. Number 27 for the Windsors, Randy. It's probably saved the touchdown. Brett Freitag.
56 was in on that, too.
Yeah, 56 is Little, one of the leading tacklers for the year, too, for the Bo Little, the junior. One of those leading tacklers on the Windsor defense. They've got to make that play. There was nobody else there because you see Rimmers accelerated. He thought he had that gap, and he hit it hard, but they got him. So gain of about 3, though. They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. 2 tight end. Fullback gives straight up the middle. Pushes inside the 5 down near the 3. And we've still got the scrum going. And somewhere along the way there's going to be an umpire that's going to blow a knee because he's trying to get there and nobody's cleaning up the pile to stop running. What a great effort, though. Just a quick fullback trap play straight up the middle. You get to the linebackers before they get to you kind of thing there.
Still a few people trickling in.
Probably. Oh, yeah, Windsor, nice crowd still filling in here. If you stayed at home to stay warm on a chilly night here at French Field,
yep.
Welcome to the Stream Sports broadcast. Motion, quarterback sneaks straight through the middle.
What a great
just
call.
Follow the big guys in, touchdown, Lampkin.
Wow, what a great call. And we've just been so impressed with Iverson. We saw him early this year. We said, that kid's got some. Let's see what he's playing like
exactly
at the end of the year. And I'll tell you, he was very impressive last week and very impressive right here. Here's the band playing the Lampkin fight song. So wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a little running up down the field on this.
Yeah. So Iverson, the holder. Good snap. Kick is up and good. And that's one of the things they've struggled with so far this year, Randy. And the kicking game has improved.
Well, we talked a little bit about RPI. Again, Windsor's number 2 in RPI. Fort Collins is number 23. Right now they're on the outside looking in, but if they would happen to beat the number 2, that would really mess things up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the PAT by Brabson there, Malcolm Brabson, the sophomore.
Coach Rice out there with his traditional shorts on, and
yeah, that's his winter gear.
Yep, that's about as wintry as he's going to get unless the wind's blowing real hard. And finally, we have a night where the wind's not blowing. We can get the crowd mic up, hear the band.
Well, it's a great night here to be at French Field. It's chilly, but like I said, no breeze going, and the players, this is not a bad night to play at all. So the answer to the drive by the Wizards was a drive by the Lampkins. It sparked on a big play for about 35 yards on the pass from Iverson to Asseged, and they just, like I said, is a blown coverage by the Wizards, and we'll see if they get that fixed, because that's what started it up. All of a sudden, then on the west side of French Field is alive and buzzing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it only took about 3 minutes to drive down the field.
Squib kick going to the left side, bouncing around. Boy, it worked. Bounces down inside the 17-yard line, picked up finally. Getting away from a couple tacklers, spinning downfield. Decent return, good effort out there near the 30, 31-yard line.
We're talking about RPI, big win by Pooter last night over Highlands Ranch.
Yeah, that's a statement one, isn't it?
We think squeaked them into the playoff picture. I saw something today where they were number 15 in the RPI. We'll probably have Kevin Lytle here at halftime and talk to him a little about it. This is our final broadcast for the 2017 football season, our final football broadcast. We got basketball coming up.
So 1st and 10 Wizards. Motion back up there, just kind of dot the I, give it the ISO play. That's a tough thing to do there. You're really trying to see if someone's going to step out of position, because when the athlete goes in motion, Wyatt Adams there, he got back there to stop, but he didn't have his feet planted where he took off going straight forward. He kind of had to pick his way, didn't he?
Yeah, it was, again, this whole game comes down to who's going to be able to play defense, stop the other team. Now, I know that's simplified, but both teams are able to score, and both teams have had trouble stopping people at times.
Well, and a nice job up front by the big guys for the Lambkins that time. They play a 3-down lineman set. Fullback give, breaks a couple tackles, so cuts the outside. Tackle by the secondary. Kalen Moore.
There's the fifth.
Montag, number 24 on the carry.
There's the fifth person who's carried the ball now.
They spread the wealth, don't they? Well, and that shows you the depth and the play calling. When you can be that confident in so many different athletes to tote the mail for you, as it were, that's special to have. Like I say, some of those guys up front, though, from Fort Collins, got to play those games tonight. Dave Sappa, now they got 54, and that's not going to be like the right number there, but also 78 down there, and 76, Jack Pedersen. Big year he's having. Stutter step getting out of trouble.
Oh, he went back
into it. Tried to think he could run around there, and that's one of the things you just got to have your head down and go forward, don't you?
Coach Rice was a little exercise down there, boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, his guys were swarming there. Stuffed the hole, and everybody got to the party. Salazar had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he wears his emotions on his sleeve.
Well, and defensive coaches are like that generally. That's his side of the ball, and that's his passion.
Well, we talked a little bit about, in our preseason interview with him, that he gave over the offense to the offensive coordinators, and boy, they've had a great offensive year. So good for him. That's what great leaders do. They find people that can do it, and then they empower them, and that's what he's done to this offensive crew.
Fake coming now. Windsor, boy, he just got that off, and I think it might have got tipped. That was a shank putt, goes out not near
nice
the 40.
Catch by the.
Well, and somebody on the sideline there grabbed it. One of the things I was going to say, Randy, that was forced on the roll there. Aaron Van Meter, basically a freshman quarterback in on the play, just came up right at the last second, blitz to the middle, untouched. And you forget, though, when the punter goes in a rugby-style kick, when he starts running to the side like that, he is not a punter anymore. He's classified as a runner. And you can tackle him. There's no roughing call to be made there. And I think you still thought he could block the kick instead of just tackling him. Because he was there. He could have made the hit. 1st and 10 Lambkins now. McGuire motion. Fake. A little trap play coming back in. So nice job on the inside, though. Windsor just doing a good job up front so far on that play.
And right now you can feel it in the stadium. Fort Collins has some momentum over the number 6 ranked. They're ranked 6th, Windsor Wizards, but the RPI is what really matters.
Well, and I think that's got that old metro area bias involved in it, too. We'll just say
you think?
That. Yeah, and we know Pleasantly we'll say that, but down here even closer.
You mean think it happens in 4A too?
Yeah, what a shock. Loveland's got the same issue.
Yeah, Loveland's 9-0, and they're number 9 in the RPI, so...
Yep. Fake delay give the running back Remmers straight up the middle. Pushes forward for about 7 or 8. Just short of first down to be 3rd and short.
And really...
And they're trying to go up tempo here, too.
As far as I'm concerned, Loveland's been probably the most impressive team we've seen all year.
Right on the line, Windsor doesn't have running backs on the left side. I mean, defensive players down, but I think they got too quick. And they did. Yeah, the referee threw the flag. It might have been a 12-man on the field. We'll see. But I thought Fort Collins got everybody up there. They were ready for it. He's going over to talk to the far side head linesman, and we'll see what the call is. It might have been 12 men on the field because Windsor wasn't set, and that's just excellent coaching by the Fort Collins staff.
Is that a Brady Aaron Rodgers deal where he sits there and watches the 12th man? And
get the job. Well, they just knew they wanted to get on the line there and on a short play. That's stuff you just predetermine because they do have a flag over there on the far side, too. Yeah, it was. One extra man on the field, illegal participation. So after the play, the result's a first down anyway, but they'll take the longer penalty itself because it stops it. So first down. It's not quite automatic as we might have heard on the public address system there, but it is a first down in this instance.
Because the penalty gave them enough yards to get a first down.
Yeah, it did. So Lampkins on that Wizards side of the field now, right there in the middle of that Purdue School District logo. Windsor playing right back so far, Randy. Not much blitzing coming through. Quick dive play again, game just 3 or 4.
You know what I like about Fort Collins, they're sticking with some of those running plays, even though they're only getting 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But it's keeping the Wizards off balance. Or that's the hope, at least.
Well, you got to keep them honest. There's too many athletes on that Windsor defense that if you let them start cheating and start making the chance to run around, they'll shut down the outside quickly. And they've done a decent job about every third play so far up the middle. But good play calling, like you said. You've got to have the balance. Man defense both on the outside. They're tossed right side. One guy gets across.
Get outside on
no,
them.
you just didn't. They do a nice job of coming forward. And it's one of those games where you start doing something you might not have done a couple times, and I'm talking about like a halfback pass or a few things like that, because you've got to take those aggressive defenses and make them either pay for it or play you honest.
And they've just got a ton of kids between about 5'11 and 6'2".
Yeah.
About 180 to 200 and athletes, and that's
flying around.
And that's who's coming around. So anyway, folks, we're already done with the first quarter.
Fast quarter there.
It was.
Here at French Field, we're tied at 7. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
There's a great view of the full moon tonight.
Feel like breaking into song?
No, maybe so, but I'll tell you what, folks. That's a great picture right there with the lights coming off the moon, and good job, Grace.
Well, it's one of those nights, like I say, it's fresh out here, but a great night for football. It is Friday night.
Yes, it
Friday
is.
night under the lights here. That's what we get to say so often. That's why college football and high school football remains so popular.
And we do welcome you if you're watching us on Stream It Sports. Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado.
As we tried to say at the beginning.
Yes. Fort Collins about an hour north of Denver.
I'm going to go back and edit that out. That doesn't happen, I know. Roll out left side. Iverson trying to find somebody in the field. Got a chance to stop. Fires high and caught.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you, Bo Little.
And who is that?
Jake Leone.
Of course it is.
Yeah. But the guy that really thought he had the play made there, Bo Little. Like I say, one of the leading tacklers, just a standout defensive player for the Wizards, coming back underneath the play and what allowed that, because Iverson flipped his feet and he really put some on it. He put some sauce on that ball.
Well, he did. And, I thought he almost turned into the defender.
Yeah, I think he paid for it. But either way, he put that up where Leone was the guy to get it. If he had thrown that like most quarterbacks, thrown that eye level, that would have been a walk-off pick.
Boy, he is mature beyond his years, isn't he?
Speed side here. Short turns upfield. He's got the angle, gets that corner. And we got a flag come flying down. The referee's arm is now completely loose.
Yeah, I was going to say, he got that one out about 15 yards, didn't he? 20.
Yeah, we got a holding call out there. Hopefully we don't have a replay of our the flag show we had last night. We had one last night. Some games just go that way, but
well, we had ice up here for the officials' arms after the game last night.
Yeah,
because,
they're probably in therapy. So a big play is going to come back. And what that does to an offense, too, is it makes it really tough because it's a spot foul. Now the jet sweep, you're closer to the line of scrimmage. Ball moved back on the 45-yard line. Still on the Windsor side of the field, but you've got to look at the, we're back to first down, but it's 1st and 21. You need to get it across the 24-yard line for a first down. Iverson under center still. Fake, screen, throwback. It is going to be intercepted.
Oh, no. And
he's got a host of blockers in front of him. If he cuts back the middle field, it's going to be a turn for a pick 6.
Number 2.
Yeah, and just the way he turned around into it, Randy, he kind of stumbled and then saw it all at once. And
that's Tate Gallatin.
Yep, the junior the key there was his play recognition. And now we got a late flag thrown by linesman on the Fort Collins sideline. And we got some little bit of crowd noise there. It is live, as we've proven more than once tonight. But the play there, Gallatin turned Randy, and he just play recognition. That's from study. That's from just being the athlete. He turned back into the play and got it thrown right to him. So unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be called against Fort Collins. No, it's going to be touchdown's going to be good. It's going to be on. Yeah, it's going to be on the Lampkins.
Not sure what they.
I think it was after the play. So it was on the touchdown. Touchdown goes, and it was after the play, so it's going to be forced on the kickoff.
One of the few mistakes we've seen Iverson make this year.
Well, and I credit that so much to Gallatin there because they ran the whole play fake. He rolls back there, and he knows he's supposed to throw to a spot. That's what a screen is. And as that one had, there's a fake to two players, a rollout, and a throwback, and Gallatin just got
beat
to the right
him to the spot, didn't he?
He really did. High snap. Broghammer, though, nicely done. Julia Broghammer knocks it up through the uprights. That's two snaps in a row that were handled well by the holder for the Wizards.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often in high school. If it's not perfect, most time you don't kick it. So the Wizards come out now with a 14-7. We'll have to see. Fort Collins had a great play down the field. They have a holding call. They come back to the 45-yard line. They, we just talked about how devastating it is to have a good play called back for holding. They throw the pick six.
Yeah.
So
well, that's one of those things where it's the worst time to have happen. I mean, like an interception never has a good time, but he threw that there, and the screenplay, they were letting defensive guys come upfield. That's the draw to do. They want you up in his face. Well, when he threw that, all of a sudden, Iverson's the only guy back there to try to make a tackle, and there's five Wizards just looking to block him.
Oh, yeah.
And Gallatin smartly just allowed him to come forward. So as you see the penalty now being marked off for the unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
It might be an advantage for Fort Collins because Abby might actually get to touch the ball. Again, hard to know what was going on down there, but obviously there's a little bit of. I thought they might get Windsor for over-celebrating. I don't know if they do that in high school or not, but
they can. That's still an unsportsmanlike call. That's a little tougher. Nobody left the bench there. That was thrown in the direction of the Fort Collins bench. That's all we know. This time the ball is driven up into the air and straight in the end zone. A 45-yarder. Broghammer, no problem. She knocked it clear through the back of the end zone. So Lampkins will see if they can get it's not the physical part you worry about now. It's that mental thing. Okay, we just gave one up in those quick six kind of ways. It can happen. And how do you go back there? You take the young quarterback and see, okay, how are you going to react to when something like that happens? The guys up front have been doing a nice job blocking for him. 53 Engel, Jonathan Engel, 63 Guerra, McIntosh number 64, along with Piotrowski 66, and Josh Leone, the 73, the sophomore.
I think you got to see if
isolation play right up the middle there. Pile moves, gaining about 3 or 4.
Well, I'd want to see if Abby can run by the cornerback up there,
I think
one time just to see what's out there.
And Windsor is playing pretty much a man on the outside, which when you do the spread offense like that, you make everybody go man, especially on the outside. Your safety can't go side to side like that.
And I'd be shocked if that corner could stay with him, but, I'm not the offensive coordinator.
Well, somewhere along the way, you got to stretch the field. Leone now spread top of the screen out
not
there.
His game, but
second on the near side. Fake there, roll out the left side, a block missed. He's just going to fire it. Wow, there's going to be that's a pretty good one. Shot taken on Iverson after he threw the ball and up high.
So he's going to get 15.
It's going to be roughing the passer. It was not a hard one to call. You just can't do that. It wasn't a kill shot. It wasn't one of those where you just have somebody take it out. But
it was late.
You didn't need to do it. You just didn't need to do it. So that will move them out to the 35 plus.
The second quarter now has been a quarter of mistakes, so we'll see if which team can kind of
you get
that
adrenaline,
get stuff going back.
That adrenaline rush gets over with.
Now you got to execute, don't you?
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's going to get calm again. A lot of games to be played here. It's only 14-7. Give straight up the middle on the delay. Remmers twists around. I'll tell you one thing I like to see, Windsor does, they fly to the ball. Those guys will get after it, and, like I say, they're tracking it down. Something like I say, the guys we've seen up front, 51 there, Von Oliva, just with a host of other guys, we'll keep reading these names off when we can. You understand, we don't have spotters. We don't get somebody in our ear telling us who's all around the ball, but we see the guys making plays over and over again.
Well, and we, Chris Jones came back as head coach this year, and he's got these Wizards primed for another
shadow. That wasn't sold very well,
folks. That's how you tackle.
Yeah,
27.
Yeah, that was a good. You sat down there, and Brett Freitag just.
That's a picture. If you could put that on a teaching tape, couldn't you?
Yeah. Sit down, get your face up, put it right between the numbers there, and you hit what you see, and you see what you're hitting. And he didn't take the cheese. He didn't even try to go the quarterback. There wasn't much of a draw there, trying to run a shovel pass into the short side of the field. There wasn't the room.
Well, they haven't spread the field yet, so Windsor's playing everything within 8 yards.
Yep. Trips now top the field.
Just
Man
as
right down the middle. He's got and that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
He'd need to put a little air into that ball. You're exactly right. Just to lay that out there for Shore, he could have ran to it and nobody was going to catch him.
Yeah, he tried to throw a bullet where he needed a little rainbow, didn't he?
Yeah, just a little more. There's just that difference. That's experience. That's what you'll get too.
But you know what? He's got a cannon.
Yeah, there was.
And he likes to.
There was
likes to show. Quarterbacks like to show that, don't they? When they.
Exactly right.
Just ask Jay Cutler.
Yeah, you can get it down there. Well, and I can say that was just a little bit. That's all it took there. Very close. So, but fourth down either way. Windsor's going to get off the field with their defense. Throwback pass here. First down, boy. One block. He's got it made easy, Randy. Cross midfield. So the fake punt, nothing new if you're a Lampkin fan. And throws back across his body there, and there was nobody around and one guy out there to block.
And I'm shocked that Windsor wasn't able to watch that, because if they've seen any tape on Fort Collins,
over the years,
it's a 50-50 chance that they'll punt it.
He took about one step as that rugby-style punt, and that got everybody thinking right side and just a quick throwback. He committed to it, didn't he? He turned and fired it, and nobody near him took it straight up field. So 1st and 10 now inside the 40.
That was a huge chance, too, because if Windsor takes over the ball right there, that's a...
Yeah, short field. Fullback give this time, short straight to the middle, just about gets by everybody. And another late flag.
Now this might
Did these guys sleep over here last night?
I don't know. Is this the same crew?
No, I don't believe so, but I'm just saying it just seems to be
holding.
Another holding call.
As they say, everybody says you can call holding on every play, and we've changed that here. You can call something on every play.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. That was in the backfield. So,
and once again, they've had positive yardage. That's 2 holding calls now.
I'm trying to see where that was a quick dive to the fullback, and they moved that ball they marked that from behind the line of scrimmage quite a ways.
There was nobody back there.
That's what I'm trying to figure out there. Certainly can miss things, but they're back on the 47-yard line now. So first down again. Big break for the Windsor defense.
Nobody's arguing, though.
Nope. Fake rollout, Iverson. Got the man in the flat, gets it out of his hands, it's Shore. Gets by one tackle. Boy, Randy, I tell you, in the open field, he has sidestepped people several times tonight already.
Yeah, he's got that look about him that he can take one of the house, doesn't he?
Well, and the nice thing again, play recognition. As soon as Iverson got outside, he saw his man in the flat. They haven't got that play figured out right now. Great dial-up call by the OC. And he got the ball out of his hands to his athlete, to his receiver, who had a chance then to make a move. You see that play so often, they wait. They don't get the guy he makes the completion, but he's nowhere to run. So big makeup there, about 14, makes it 2nd and 7. Remmers on the jet sweep, trying to get outside. Double pass coming back. He's got the man wide open. Iverson down the far sideline, and it doesn't get there. Tell you what, they were going to do the reverse and throw the pass back down.
If it killed him, they were going to do the reverse.
Happen. And because Remmers, he had somebody hanging on him, and he flipped it back to Shore, who had Iverson down the far sideline open. The timing was a little off.
Nothing was clean, though.
No, it wasn't.
So it's amazing that they got the throw off.
And actually, I don't think it was Iverson. I've got the wrong receiver. I thought it was the quarterback. He usually ends up there. And when numbers get on that far side, that's hard for us to see over there.
Well, you know, Coach Rice and his team, they have nothing to lose tonight.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Well, that'll get your defense guessing, won't it? So 3rd and 7 now. Fullback give right up in the middle again. I tell you, that's been a successful play, just running through and around people.
What a great call.
Well, Windsor's playing the linebackers in that good 4-yard or so depth. And that quick pop by the fullback, if he can sidestep one, which he did, and slides off a tackle, first down yardage.
That's just a great call.
And I would say, basically, Fort Collins does have a size advantage up front between the tackles. Even though they've got certain players, Watts and some others, they're certainly special athletes, but at the average size there, they're giving up a few pounds, and if you get that tight splits and go forward, you're going to make them work. Toss left side, cuts right upside. Remmers around the edge, picking and feeling his way downfield.
Boy, I just love how he's looking up. Got his head up, looking for his blockers. He's not just running wild just wherever. He's running smart.
Nice patient run. Another first down, about first down to the 16-yard line.
Well, folks, in football, every one of these runs, what it does, it makes it easier to pass.
Yep. Well, and you made the point there, too. They got the edge. Nice kick-out block on the contained man, and he's able to step up field, and the guys were downfield keeping their blocks alive, and he just took his time.
Well, I'd like to.
Offset eye, give Remmers on the delay, still trying to find his way to the middle. That's the one play that they just haven't had the much success with, but you got to stick with it. You talked about that earlier. That's the boot action play, though, they run out there that Iverson's done so well with. So once in a while you got to hand it off to keep them honest. 2nd and 9 here. What I'd like to see is Leone straight down the middle like Brady does with Gronk and like Alex Smith does with use that length.
Kelsey. Just straight down the middle, throw it up higher than the other guy and see if he can't haul it in on just a post. Vaughaus offsetting the fullback there. You got that wide side of the field. It is going to be a rollout out there just to give somebody blocking. Fires it, and that time nowhere really to go. That was just a good pressure play by the defense there for the Wizards. Number 27 pushing up field, and Brett Freitag didn't give Iverson the time he really wanted to find somebody, did he? No, he didn't. So 3rd and 9. If you're the Lambkins now, you want to find a way to get a little closer. And you want to keep this going for one thing, because a field goal right here, there's no guarantee for one thing.
Yeah.
But
well, and you used up the one trick in your bag already, then and a trick play that didn't quite work, but very close.
Got single coverage up at the top of your screen.
Toss right side, Remmers going around. There's a nice little hole there. He's going to go forward, gets it downside the 10. Makes it decision time. You're down there for short yardage on 4th down play.
Boy, you almost wonder if he didn't go there just for the field goal to get it.
Start to center it up a little bit. Yeah, but they're going to get about 4th and 3. This is a big play here, and they're going to go for it.
Oh, I think you got to take the points here.
And
my personal opinion.
But the year you're having, and you want to have a chance at beating one of the top teams in Northern Colorado, how many times are you going to get down there? So we'll see. Here it is, 4th down.
But that field goal may be valuable at the end of the game, I'll tell you. 3 points.
Offset again, tight right with the slot. And we're going to have a timeout taken on the field now before we can get the snap off. Timeout's going to be taken by the Lambkins. So after the timeout, we'll be back here. The big 4th down play. 5:33 left here in the half. 14-7 Windsor. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
5:33 left here in the second quarter. Randy McCoy and David Haase here with your final football broadcast of the year. It's been a pleasure to bring these games to you. I want to welcome our Windsor Wizard fans. who are watching here on Streaming Sports tonight. They've been watching Streaming Sports all year, too, with Eric Freehoff and Cody McCoy, so we welcome them. Big fourth down.
It really is. 5:33 left in the half. Windsor Wizards back up against the wall here. Fort Collins, nothing to lose, and somebody moved. 4th and 3 or 4 now just became 4th and almost 9.
So coming out of a timeout that's the most frustrating thing for a coach.
Yeah, that's the stuff that reminds you got 16, 17, 18-year-olds out there, and that's gonna force a change there. Malcolm Brabson, the sophomore, come on to attempt what looks to be, see where they place it, about a 31-yarder. Ball pretty much right in the middle, so not a problem there. No wind coming out of the north end zone. The flag is straight down. Good snap, good hold. It's up long enough, and it is good. So Brabson, the sophomore, knocks one through. So the drive comes away successful anytime you get points. But anyway, right now, Randy,
that's a good omen for the Lampkins, because that's what they should have done in the first place, in my opinion.
Well, and you got the spot where now Windsor's offense hasn't been on the field for a while.
Yeah.
And they've got the chance now to come back out if they can get another score before half. If they don't, Collins' confidence level's got to be pretty high.
Hey, Grace, get a shot of the Windsor fans over there. Got a good contingent.
Nice turnout.
Yeah, some students over there, about 4 rows of students to the left, and quite a few folks coming over making the jaunt from.
Well, and they've got just great athletic tradition in Windsor. We've all known that forever.
Well, in the 4 games that we've broadcasted over there, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, no, they have a good time there, which you should have on these community events like this. Nice turnout for the Lampkins here tonight, too. It is senior night, of course, last home game. And nothing they'd like to do better is to talk the rest of their lives about their senior night win.
Well, yeah, they would, and kind of wake up the rest of the state maybe, too.
Bunch up, turn the kick right off, taking about the 10-yard line. Windsor takes it straight up the middle, bounce outside. He's got the edge. Across 40-yard line, still going, Randy. He's going to get another block or two.
And this
now
is
it's going to be a
bad
foot race.
If you're Fort Collins.
Inside the 40, going to go down 34-yard line. And it kind of backfired. Didn't have the coverage lanes all covered there. And a nice run, turns around, brings it all the way back upfield. Brandon Ramirez, the senior.
It was a combination of a good run and just poor tackling, really.
Yeah,
there's several people that had an opportunity to get him.
When you get a chance to see that kind of coverage, I mean, it's just trying to see if the team is not taking things lightly. If you're moving in the bunch, you haven't really broken your huddle. And with 5:14 left, all of a sudden now a short porch ball starting inside your own 35-yard line. If you're the Fort Collins defense, you got a tough task. Blitz coming right away, though. Apodaca kicks to the outside. The pitch is kind of late behind. And boy, you see Jack Pedersen running down there. Big old number 76, the captain, defensive lineman, chasing the pitch man. They were on it. But still a nice cut up field on the carry. Gain of a couple.
Well, that was one of those that the gain of a couple is good because it could have been a loss of 5.
Yeah, very well could have been. When the pitch was just a little bit back on the shoulder, running back did a nice job of bringing that in.
Boy, if I'm Fort Collins, the person I'm worried about is the quarterback, because he's an athlete and he's going to be able to hurt you 2 ways.
Yeah, you've got to account for him and spy on him every play. Apodaca back to throw, trying to set up the far middle, got it down the sideline. No, just a hair behind his intended receiver, number 12, as he pulls across the middle, Chase Landcrete.
And he almost knocked it up in the air just for a Lampkin to pick off.
That was close, yeah, like I say it was. He reached out, tried to bring it with his hands, but fell to the ground.
Thank you for watching tonight on Facebook Live. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, send us a message. I'm sorry, had some messages the last game and didn't get to you, so.
A lot going on up here. 3rd down and 9 now. Windsor, after the big return, will they stall out here? Fullback give straight up the middle. Gain of 2 or 3. Imagine this is going to be 4-down territory. That'd be a 47-yard field goal, and that is a lot to do to any kicker on a cold night. That ball just doesn't carry. It's kicking a frozen pumpkin. Good night for hot chocolate. I'm sure the concession stand will do a brisk business. So 4th down, Apodaca back under center now. Trips here to the near side with one tight. Fakes the give. Blitz coming, and Lampkins are all over him, but he gets rid of the ball. I'll tell you what, dangerous that was. Made the big play. So Lampkins are going to get the ball back on downs, and they got there right away. They dialed up the heat, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a
little
timely play.
Yeah.
Timely play. Well, again, if you're Fort Collins, there's no guarantee that a win's going to do anything for you, but so you really should be loose, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. No, you can play downhill all night long, run around like your hair's on fire. Just play it smart. But turnover on downs there. Great job by the D after the long kick return by the Wizards. Stopped that offense. Now they're back on the field. Iverson back in the shotgun. Trips to the top of the screen. 4.5 minutes, so plenty of time. Rush coming. Fires one down the middle. He's got Shore wide open in midfield. Same play as earlier, Randy. Down to 20, 50. He's going to get away. Stripped and short.
I think he
barely to the end zone. Waiting for the call.
Touchdown.
That's, he must have the ball out in front of him.
I think he did.
And well, what a great effort. That's the same plays through earlier, just a straight seam pattern down the middle, made the safety choose. Iverson hit Shore, who turned and caught it just as coming to him. If he turned the other way, he didn't have it, and took it straight down the middle. Showed some serious wheels, too. Got to the outside, dived for the edge, and they called it a touchdown.
Well, just thank the Lord above. There's no replay. So
yeah, I thought he landed short, but the ball could have been stretched out there, and the back judge took his time and made the call as he saw it. So PAT pending here.
He dove for sure. So,
he definitely did.
So there's no way you could tell if his knee was down. He knew what he was doing.
Yep.
What a first half Shore has had, though.
Yeah. Kick is up. Grabs it is good. Nice job by the holder on that one. That one kind of spun around. Iverson showing his skills down there as a holder, too. That is not easy to do when you have to handle one.
And looky here, folks, 17-14.
The home side.
Last week, Fort Collins got a lead on Monarch, and historically, they have not been able to hold those leads this year. They've had leads on almost every team, and last week they were able to hold a lead on Monarch for 3 quarters. So we'll see if they can do the same thing here for Windsor. Windsor beat Monarch pretty handily, though. So
yeah, they wore him down and got to him in the game that I was fortunate to be able to go over and do at Windsor. And if you see the time left here in the first half, 4:11 to play. That took 12 seconds off the clock when they got the ball back. Iverson to Shore for about 65 yards. So Brabson to kick off again. Now, this is a veteran team across the way over there, Randy. Windsor is not going to panic.
No.
Coach Jones, this is not his first rodeo. So you will see if Apodaca and these guys settle down a little bit here. They didn't have the ball, and sometimes we've seen that before where Collins early this year, with the surprise touchdown coming by their defense on the returns they had, offense doesn't get its rhythm back. So the pooch kick taken about the 23-yard line. Peoples cuts the outside. Going to be tackled just short of the 35, right about the 35-yard line. I think that was Peoples, number 17. Cutting, yeah, Darren Peoples, one of the upbacks. See so many more teams trying to do that. Just get a good lofted kick, get your coverage down there. Still good field position.
So I had Penn and Yale for a doubleheader at Penn, and they'll play like a doubleheader Saturday.
So 1st and 10 now. Windsor breaks the huddle. Split both sides. Not a chance to really look downfield. Now Pedersen really hasn't had a look. I saw catches for him. Braden Pedersen, number 80, one of their leading receivers, Randy. They haven't tried to test it downfield all the way. Sweep reverse. Gain of maybe about 3 there, carried by number 1, Brandon Ramirez.
And Fort Collins is a momentum team. They this year they have gone with good momentum, and they've
back and forth.
Yeah, struggled when there's the momentum's against them. But I'll tell you what, they've played offensively these last 6 quarters, some of the best football we've seen all year.
Yep. Well, and you those finer points of a younger quarterback kind of maturing as the year goes along there. That last pass was money. Apodaca back under center now. Fake give. Ramirez going on the left side. Good edge control there going forward, but they just they get behind Zach Watts over there, and he's a road grader. And you're going to go to the strength of your line, and he certainly is it. And they just need to get their tempo back. They need to stay on the field for a while. They need to impose their will back on the Lambkins defense, who's had a couple of forced punts. And actually, there wasn't even a forced punt the last time. They turned it over on down, stuffing them on fourth.
Again, welcome if you're watching on Facebook Live. Send me a note. I've got Facebook open now, so send me a note.
Apodaca back to throw. Got a guy right down the middle. Fires on the far sideline, though. Going to be out of bounds. That was one of those you want to take further downfield and had his receiver, let him go get it.
Yeah, a lot of times you kind of need to change with the deal running down the field there. Get that number 9.
Jaden Trout, the senior. Like I said, the ball just a little outside. That those sideline patterns are tough. It was kind of a look-back throw. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 47. Fullback gives straight up the middle. Bounced around and stuffed. Boy, I tell you what. And we've got a flag at the end.
And have no idea what that.
Personal foul is going to be on. Yep.
So the runner didn't really particularly care for the two-person tackling, but it was as clean as can be.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought.
And it was the exact same tackle that was made by Windsor.
Yeah.
Face right in the chest, and
that was a strong play, and right now
it don't feel good though.
No,
so.
It does not. It really doesn't. You're exactly right. But that's the spot foul again. Not only the loss on the play of the tackle for loss, ball moved after the penalty back down to the 31. They need to get to the 43-yard line on the other side of the 50 for first down. It is third down. We got to get the scoreboard to catch up here tonight. Apodaca back to look, trying to get it all back. Heaves it straight downfield. Peterson's on the edge. Just short. Seguin had pretty good position on him. Didn't allow him to step across the face. And, I like to play. Peterson's got the wheels, but Seguin certainly matched him stride for stride.
Well, that's what speed do.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to break away.
Got the right guy on the right guy.
Yeah, and similar offensively when he runs down the field. Few can stay with him.
Apodaca, nice ball that time. He put it out there.
Yeah.
Where the only real chance was there, and Sega just had just enough not to allow him to cut across his face and get back towards it. So punt formation again now for Windsor. Blitz shown.
And they just gave him 5 yards.
I don't know if he broke the plane or if it's going to be a...
Oh, he did. Well.
Did somebody move? Yeah, it's encroachment. Instead of 4th and about 30, it's going to be 4th and 25. That didn't really have any effect on it. But the last time they had the blitz, they forced the punter to really get through it a little quicker than he wanted to and forced a short punt. And there's still 2:46 left in the half.
Say hi to Cindy if she's watching tonight.
Well, there was a move there on the outside player by Windsor, not caught by the linesman. Coming up, catch the ball. It's going to be fumbled. It's on the ground, and Windsor's going to get it. That was a tough play to come up and make. Tried to run up from a big distance. Ball was sinking pretty quickly and just bounced right off the punt returner, and nobody else back there to help out. So big break for the Wizards here with 2:37 left, trailing by 3. They get the ball 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line. And their offense, Randy, has been sputtering.
Yeah, that is...
for their sake, they need to get some a little bit of motion back in some timing back on their play, because they've really been out of it here. Credit the Lambkins defense for sure.
That could be a big play right there.
Left side toss. Outside leverage with nowhere to go. Loss on the play.
Fort Collins defense stepping up.
Well, they really were. Dave Sapp out there too, number 54. 5'10", 217, sophomore. We're going to get to see him on this field for the next couple of years. That was a heck of a play, because the toss looked like it was there for a second. Isaiah Salazar, 22, just couldn't get it upfield, and the penetration, nowhere to go.
Here's the only saving grace. There's only 2 minutes left in the half, so Fort Collins, if they can hold them here, that fumble
won't cost you.
Won't cost you anything.
Fullback give, gets the outside now, has to turn it back up again. Salazar, nice read. He just planted that foot in the ground and turned it straight up field and gained about 5 or 6. Because he thought he had the edge there, but Fort Collins showed some speed out there. McGraw and also on the edge out there, Garrett McGraw out there along with Jace Weedy. They shut that down quickly, turned him inside.
White Hats looking over at the Collins sideline.
Might have had
looks like
somebody trying to help him.
Well, I think, dinner plans or.
Blitz coming. Apodaca, nobody on the left side. Boy, they blitzed the side. Oh, he's going to put the ball out there. Tried to lateral, and Lampkins are saying they got it, and they do. Apodaca is trying to make the extra play out there, and that left-handed pitch, he's had a couple of those. You can tell that that's just not a strong hand. That ball, somebody must have hit it because it just didn't go anywhere. Laid on the ground, and Lampkins beat everybody else to it. So 2 turnovers here in the blink of an eye.
Well, if you're Windsor, you don't like the way this thing's starting to feel, do you?
Well, now you flip it around here. The Windsor does not want to give up a home run with minute 11 here.
Well, and they've got the people to do it.
They need to stop here. They need to go in down 17-14 and say, okay, we've not played our best ball, and they played pretty well. What can we do in the second half to get that back? Right now, if you're Fort Collins, though, you're pretty happy about it. So we're going to have a timeout taken, though, before the snap.
No,
I don't know if we're going to have we're going to have an illegal substitution on Fort Collins. They broke the huddle with 12. I kind of wonder if that was going to get called because the last player come running off. You don't see that very often in high school because it's just not called that often, but does move him back. Ball now on the 15, 1st and 15. So pistol formation. Rammer's back behind Iverson. Low snap, shovel pass up underneath. Nice job of just staying home that time.
I was going to say, even I knew that's what they were going to run.
And Leone showing you how well the knee is actually preparing. That was thrown in there to Leone, and I think of the tackle there, if that was Morgan or Simper, I couldn't quite tell. And also along with number 52 up there is Zach Carnley. Guys read it pretty well.
Have not targeted a Sega yet.
2nd, 14. Iverson, there's just an issue in the backfield. That's where you need to go down. And they did. So we're going to see if anybody wants to try to stop the clock. Down to 27 seconds. And Wizards got all 3 timeouts. I thought after the last play they would have. They didn't now, and they're certainly just going to be content to let it run. And I think so will Fort Collins.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If they're not going to stop it, I wouldn't because you just never know what can happen.
You backed up 2 plays in a row, so there's no reason to do anything here but to go in the halftime.
Well, they didn't run the kind of plays that made you think they were going to try to do more. So there you go, folks. Your first half, surprising. Fort Collins ahead of Windsor 17-14. We'll be back with the second half after these messages. You're watching Streaming Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Wayne, Everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here at halftime. They're having senior night there on the field, so we'll let you watch that. And I've got Kevin Lytle here with me from the Coloradoan. They haven't had him on for a few weeks, and good to have him here. They've expanded his reporting area, so he's been doing a lot of CSU stuff, and so has not been able to be over here, so it's a pleasure to have him tonight. And, well, we've got us a football game here, don't we?
We sure do. It's a good one.
I can't say I'm really surprised. You know, last week against Monarch, Fort Collins put together probably one of the best all-around offensive games we've seen on this field in a long time. And they came out and they're really kind of doing it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking to one of the Windsor coaches before, and he said this game scares us to death because Fort Collins obviously playing really well after being Monarch, really confident after that, and really fired up, obviously. You know, this is sort of their playoff game.
Well, it is, and in other ways, you know, Fort Collins was in about 2 other games that they blew leads, or they would be sitting right there in the middle of the pack as well.
Absolutely. There's, you know, that Greeley, I think they had, 2-3 games where they had pretty big leads that they lost in the second half, and it could be a totally different season, but we've seen, I mean, there are flashes where they're really, really good.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, they had Jake Leone was down middle season for 4 or 5 games.
You know, we didn't even know he came back. We're doing the broadcast, and I say, I see 25 down there.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's making plays again, and that totally changed their offense. Hayden Iverson, obviously a sophomore, you just get better and better at that quarterback position because there's so much to learn, but he's making great plays out there.
Yeah, he is, and, you know, they haven't even really looked at Asagi yet tonight, and you know, but one thing we were talking about, his speed on defense was down here on one of those last plays. You know, he stayed right with that wide receiver. And so anyway, yeah, 17-14 our score. And again, I can't say I'm not really surprised. I think what I'm surprised at is Fort Collins defense has stepped up. They've only allowed 7 points. I mean, the pick 6. And Windsor has not run up and down the field at all.
Windsor had 584 rush yards last week against Skyline.
Wow.
And this week they do some quick math. They're at about 50 at halftime.
Wow. So Fort Collins defense, but again, Fort Collins has to put together 2 halves, and that's what they've not. So anyway, we'll switch gears a little bit. Big weekend of volleyball playoffs, and you know, we were talking. Dave and I did the Pooter and Boulder volleyball game, and it said, man, you know, if you're Pooter, you got to feel bad for them. I mean, they're sitting in here having to play Rocky, Collins, and Fossil Ridge in their own town. 3 teams.
3 top 10 teams in the city.
Yeah. I mean, they've got, 7 losses between the 3 teams, I believe, is what it is.
Yep.
And, you know, Fort Collins, I feel like they're a year earlier than what everybody thought they were going to be good.
That's exactly. And I was talking to Jared Rudiger, and he was saying, you know, everyone next year is going to be really good because all 3 teams only have 4 seniors, and honestly, most of his juniors and sophomores are the key players. And then, that Fort Collins team, it's mostly sophomores, really, so they're kind of ahead of schedule, and Rocky and Fossil are kind of right on schedule. Obviously, Fossil's the defending champ. They're the big dog. I was just over there. I caught their first game of the regional before coming to French here, and they rolled. I believe they're winning their second one as we speak right now, and then Rocky and Fort Collins playing tomorrow.
Well, they're Fossil Ridge is kind of on a roll. You see these teams that, you know, they struggle a little bit the first part, especially when, you know, you're coming back defending champions, but there's really no reason that they can't roll right back into and be in the championship again this year.
Yeah, I think a handful of things happened early this year. First off, Riley Zune was hurt, and then I think there's kind of a learning experience just being the defending champs. And
how to play.
The mental mindset of you can't just show up and you win. As we speak, Foster Ridge is up 2-0 in that. If they win that one, they go state. But, I think they figured it out. I think they got a little wake-up call, which is usually a good thing for teams coming off a state title. And then I'm fascinated to see what Rocky and Fort Collins do tomorrow.
Yeah, Rocky's the one that I think scares me if I'm, because they've got the big hitter and Coulter.
There aren't a whole lot of UCLA commits rolling around.
No, and she was a very impressive athlete, as well as the girl going to Arizona State.
Annika Larson, Libero going to Arizona State, and Dodson to UCLA.
I'm sorry, I get the names wrong.
Coulter's a few years back at Rocky.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's going on. What else is going on?
We have another big one right here tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Fort Collins soccer team hosts Hinckley in the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Fort Collins, they were in the quarters last year and lost. This year, obviously, they get to host, and they're looking to make the Final Four for the first time, I believe, since 2009, which is a team that went on to win a title. Fort Collins has only allowed 8 goals in, I think it's, 19 games so far this year. They're really good. Justin Stevens does an amazing job with that program, and they'll be ready to rock tomorrow. It's a really exciting weekend for PSD athletics.
Yeah, it's been good, and we've talked a little bit about this is the first year we broadcasted Windsor, and we've partnered with you guys as well in the Colorado and with the Windsor games, and so I'll tell you what, they had 4 home games that were just all dynamic.
Yeah.
But that last one last week was just unbelievable. Channel 9 News, Prep Sports called it the best high school football game of the year.
I think it's one of the best I've ever seen in my years here, and it's just been awesome.
It's kept right on Stream It Sports. People can go watch it, and we boosted it on Facebook and got almost 1,000 views of it. But, go back and watch that game because
it was unreal.
Unbelievable. Windsor had a 42-20 lead. I know we were just sitting here because we had this Fort Collins Monarch game, and that's like, all right, well, Windsor's got that. And before you know it, I get in my car and I try to live to the end, and my gosh, it
was wild.
So, but Skyline, man, that program has come back. I can remember 3 years ago maybe – that Fort Collins just ran over them like relentless.
They have a lot of talent on that team. I was really impressed with Skyline and some of the offensive players they have.
So the big question everybody's asking, and we've gotten a few answers, is obviously the football conference probably realignments next year. It is going to be realigned, I've heard for sure, and kind of what we've heard here is it's pretty much going to go back to what it was, and then Pomona possibly.
Very similar to the old Front Range League Fort Collins. It's almost certain they'll be back to 5A. There's they did put in a little waiver to see if they can stay 4A, but that's probably not going to succeed. So you'll have probably your old Front Range League. It'll be the 4 city schools, Fairview, Legacy, Horizon. Mountain Range will be out. They're going into another conference with basically the not great programs, we'll call them. And then, it's looking likely that Pomona could be that 8th team in the conference. There's still some.
And they're a powerhouse, folks.
They're a powerhouse. Yeah. They're right up there with, the Valor Christians and the Cherry Creeks.
They're in the
and all
top 4 pretty much every year.
Yep, you can pencil them into the semifinals pretty much every season. So if that does indeed happen, there's still a lot to go. This coming week we'll find out officially the classification setup, and then the conferences have to be approved by the football committee, which I believe is in December. So we're getting close. But, we're kind of getting a sneak peek, and it looks like it'll be pretty close to what everyone was used to. I think people will be happy with that.
Yeah, well, as a broadcaster, it's been really nice to see some different teams up here. We've seen Cherry Creek and Valor, and last year we've, a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But this year it's been, but next year, I think getting the city games where they actually, mean something will be good again.
Yeah, I think having the local rivalries in the same conference makes it fun. Obviously, it's always fun when they play each other. But if you can have a year where, let's say Rocky Mountain and Poudre are playing in week 8, and they're battling to be near the top of conference, something like that, that's a lot more fun than playing week 2 and you don't even know what you have yet.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be good to have everyone together.
But if that happens, boy, I'll tell you what, having Fairview and Pomona
are
in
a couple big dogs.
Conference, and Horizon's always tough as well. I mean, they came down yesterday.
It would be a good
spanked.
conference, and that's what we were used to the Front Range League being a pretty solid conference. So
yeah, it's great. So what are you looking for in the second half here?
Windsor's I'm sure they're tweaking some blocking schemes and stuff to get that run game going, because they, when they're relying, they can pass it well, but within the offense, if they have to rely just on passing, they get in trouble. They're going to try and figure out that run game, get going there. Fort Collins, keep doing what you're doing defensively. Keep trying to pound on the ground. They're not having a ton of success, but I think they're doing enough to keep them honest. And then Hayden Iverson and Jake Leone, Jackson Shore can be available for those big plays. So kind of keep diversifying the offense. And, we saw the fake punt. Eric Rice is going to pull every trick he has. And
they have nothing to lose.
His trick bag is massive. So
yeah, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. They win this game, maybe they get 17 or, you just never know,
Yeah, and if nothing else, finish the season strong with 2 top 10 wins.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you a little positive vibe going into the offseason. And, again, they're very likely moving up. So give them that positive vibe as they kind of try and take that big step.
Yep. Well, anyway, so that's Kevin Lytle. You can read all of his stuff. He does a lot of CSU things as well, and been a good friend and partner with us on these football games.
Sounds like hopefully if things fall right, we may be able to chat with you guys at Windsor playoff game next week.
We're hoping to see what ends up. Of course, that one's going to be weather permitting, because you never know what kind of weather to do. For those of you who don't know, they're not set up really to do broadcasting at the Windsor Stadium. So we sit outside literally, and obviously there's some temperature things with equipment and stuff, but hopefully we'll be over there and see another win. So anyway, our score at half, 17-14. That's Kevin Lytle. Tell us where they can catch you, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm at Kevin_Lytle on Twitter.
Anyway, it's been a good year, and maybe we'll talk to you some basketball games.
Absolutely,
we're going to start right off on
I know it's right
Golden
here, isn't it?
Golden and Fossil. We're going to be right there, and I think Golden's got an all-state player. Can't think of his name.
They were pretty good last year. I remember.
Yeah, and Matt was here, said they've got a 6'5" guy that's one of the top players in the state. So we look forward to that. And, of course, all the city games, we've got Collins and Fossil.
It's going to be a fun year.
All those teams. So anyway, that's Kevin Lytle. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Stream of Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application in the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Welcome back now. You're waiting the kickoff to the second half. What a great first half we've had. For those of you who got to hear Kevin Lytle from Colorado and kind of recapping the first half and all the action in the front range, which there's a lot of it, but we still got 2 quarters of football play here, and Windsor, number 2 in RPI, in danger right now, trailing 17-14. Fort Collins playing another good half of football, Randy.
Yeah, and you know, the 2 keys to see can Fort Collins play as good a second half, and Windsor's got to be able to run the ball. You know, we had a great stat from Kevin Lytle. They ran for over 500 yards last week. And, folks, that does not happen. I mean, that's unbelievable, really.
It's a large number.
And they've rushed for 50 tonight. So that just tells you how.
Well, and the goofy thing about it, too, we've seen there, they got the pick 6 on the screenplay that was handled by I can't remember the young man's name now, but he made such a great play, took it in. The offense stayed off the field for about 2 drives. So as you see now, Lampkin's going to kick off, and we'll see if Windsor can set the tone to start the second half.
And see if they've got anything up their sleeve. But, boy, I'd try to kick that thing deep because you don't want to give Windsor any short fields at this point.
Well, Ramirez standing back at his 5-yard line. Windsor's done a nice job getting the ball out on kickoff returns, but like you said, you'd like to drive it down there. Another squib kick bounces. Picked up, though, cleanly by Ramirez on the run now. Boy, look at the burst. Out the outside again. Another one out past the 40, near the 46-yard line.
But, you know, he wasn't touched till probably the 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it is such a weapon. If you don't kick the ball to the end zone and that line drive kick, you're hoping for a bad bounce, and it didn't. He picked it up cleanly, and nobody from Fort Collins was even to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and
it doesn't hang in the air. There's no hang time. It's a quick turnover.
And how much do you work on kickoff return now? You know, with the new rules of really
contact and everything else.
Well, yeah, they really want the ball to go in the end zone. Is what everybody's hoping for.
So ball squarely at the 50-yard line. Great start. 40-yard return by Ramirez. Sweep left side coming. Ramirez has it. Cuts outside. Makes a nice cut up inside Randy. First down yardage and more. And I think we're probably going to have a face mask at the end of that one.
Yeah, probably be a little extra boost on that one. What I liked about Ramirez, he initiated the contact when he started getting hit. He went into the contact.
Well, what a great cut there. But no, he's pointing back at it's going to be a hold call.
You know, it's
so someone just trying to make a little extra block, and that young man's not buying it. But it doesn't matter. The Stripes win, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but I'm trying to figure out where that could have been.
He just
based on where he threw the flag and where he was
contact,
looking.
Yeah, just a point of contact there. You know, they're thrown to the spot where they see the foul, and then they try to make sure they got the number right. So after the gain and then the march back, I don't think the ball ended up moving. So pretty much negating that run. 1st and 10 again. It's like it never happened. Quick give straight up the middle, pop play. I was looking down here for the St. Lions to throw a play because the near down lineman for the Lampkins was way off sides. I mean, he was up off sides. And the guys, I tell you, the big guys up front tonight for the Lampkins have played a really good game because you talked about that earlier, Randy. If you've got the guys out there, it's Kay McClenny.
Well, I can tell you, number 24 just got a big old piece of Zach Watts on this. Yeah. I don't know why he's out there blocking him, but I'll tell you what.
That's because that's what your coach says you're supposed to do. Fullback give right side option. Gets it to the outside. Lampkins are up on it. Does get the edge. Gain about 5 or 6. And that was a nice job Apodaca that time reading it and pulled it back from the fullback quickly out of his hands. Lampkins are doing a nice job coming up. Right now, it's that difference as you were talking about in the first half, Randy. They've got to do something vertical down the field. They've got to get those DBs and those linebackers to take a step back. And they just haven't thrown the ball effectively.
Yeah, and it's hard. And, sometimes when you're just more athletic than the other team, you can kind of run over people without having to do that. But
not tonight. Boy, they're bringing it to play. Like I said, the size advantage is not there for Windsor tonight. That's a big front four with their hands down on the ground over there for that Lampkins defense. Linebackers coming straight forward, getting to the legs. Very close to first down yardage. Near side linesman saying you're going to be short. Montag.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah, I didn't think that was where it was going to end up. Montag there, the junior fullback, I thought he had a little bit more close to the 40-yard line. So another big fourth down play here. Oh, this one really quite short yardage.
Well,
West stands here are getting into it. Apodaca keeps the ball, pulls it from the fullback who was enveloped right away. Good read again. First down yardage gained have been plus about 3. And this is what Windsor needs to do now. You just need to establish your game again, get some rhythm back on offense, run the ball. You're somewhere along the way. You're gonna have to throw the ball effectively here. But this is what they need. They need some first downs. They got time possession. In the first half was pretty much all Fort Collins, I would say.
You see Coach Jones talking to quarterback, and
that's the calming influence of a veteran coach too. There it says,
and a senior quarterback too.
We got plenty of time here. Only down 3. Pass coming though. Looking down that far sideline, fires it. It's got him open, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Go. Touchdown.
That's the throw he needed to make. Set his feet there, fired it into the field of play, let his receiver come back and get it. And Pedersen, I talked about that before. I've seen the way he played against Monarch, Randy. He's a target. Braden Pedersen takes it on about the 5 and just steps into the end zone.
And beautiful pass.
And a great pass by Apodaca. And we talked about before, too, not a high percentage thrower this year. And when you see that many touchdown passes, I believe that's his 9th on the year. It's about 1 every 3 completions is a touchdown. Brockheimer now on for the PAT. High snap again. I'll tell you, and she does a nice job of just that hesitation, or drives it, goes through the uprights. And we got a football game again. So the opening drive here in the second half taken by the Wizards downfield. Long pass, though, to complete the touchdown. Apodaca to Pedersen, 21-17 now they lead.
And that kind of quiets the Lambkin crowd a little bit. And Windsor's got their cheerleaders over there. They've got all of them.
Yeah, they say that's a good night to be out and be active. If you're sitting in your passive watcher tonight, it's chilly, but if you're playing, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. And
dry, no wind.
Yeah, this is why people live in Colorado right here.
Yeah.
You see a good crowd across the way, and some of the Windsor cheer squad dressed in their sweats. So
that's a good call.
Yeah. Saw our
shots of our the crew over there too. We talk about the volunteers, the guys that are doing the chain gangs.
Yes.
They don't get a move, but they're pretty important too.
And overall this year, as we go back and look at our 21 games, we've had really good weather.
Yeah.
I think we only had 1 lightning delay.
Yeah, we had the game with Fossil Ridge and Pooter was called short. So Brockheimer now to kick off. That one's going towards the out of bounds, and it will go out of bounds. So the ball back out to the 35.
Which is not even a big deal, because almost if you can't kick it into the end zone, it pretty much ends up back at the 35 most times.
And you're exactly right. We haven't seen many that, only about maybe one that was. Windsor covered Collins down there on one. You're hoping the ball takes that squirrely bounce that a football can do, but if it doesn't, as we saw the last time, Ramirez brought it well out. So now Lambkin's first possession here in the second half. Can they answer that big pass for the touchdown? Iverson showed in that second quarter he's got the gun, doesn't he, though?
Yes.
Blitz coming. Jet sweep turning upfield. Again, Jackson Shore, number 15, who would say the captain, had a pretty good first half. 2 or 3 runs like that, the big touchdown. And he's the guy in the flat patterns that I think were really the drive extenders. A couple times where he was out there and Hayden Iverson just hits him with that quick little flat pass. So tough to cover. Gain of about 3. Wizards still playing single high safety. Rimmers on the little delay there, kind of danced around, didn't find a spot. Bo Little gets him after maybe a yard there. Nice solid tackle by the linebacker.
Probably 3rd and 6 now.
Need to cross the 45-yard line.
5, I mean, sorry. Been a long day. Chicago for you.
Yeah. Nice job by the Purple Regiment. 4 down lineman coming up there. The trap play. Nowhere to go.
Boy.
Stuffed. I tell you what, they stepped right into the hole there. Nice read by linebackers up front. Kellen Capel, the junior, and I think along with number 52 is the other there. Is it Carnley?
You think Coach Jones had a few things to say to his team?
Yeah. You guys on the D, you need to get off the field more. Offense, you need to stay out there. But that was a nice job getting a 3 and out. Punt coming here now. Single twin receivers back for the Wizards. Peoples in the near side. Long count. Good snap. Kind of high hanging kick. Fair catch called about the 28-yard line. Nice job by Peoples coming up and getting it. Got a little extra there on the gunner and the blocking guy down there. And
good. I'm shocked that they didn't throw a flag.
Yeah.
Good no.
Yeah, I think
call.
that's a nice job there by the side judge there, the back judge, excuse me. And he just he said, you know what? Nobody took that extra shot at the end, which is usually what gets you in trouble.
Yeah, they were still in the football play. It's just that.
Extended it a little bit.
Yeah, everybody else was done.
Might have been talking about East Side, West Side pizza wars or something like that, and that could have carried it on. So 1st and 10 now, ball back in the hands of the Wizards. Their own 29-yard line, sweep right side. Stepped up, getting through tackles. Dragging for 5-yard. Boy, in this running offense, that flex bone, if you could turn around and gain 5 yards or better on first down, you're in a good place. And that time Jaden Trout just turned it upfield.
Well, Fort Collins going to have to stop them here, because if they drive down for take 5 or 6 minutes and drive down, that puts them in a tough spot. We're already down to 6 minutes, 50 seconds here left in the third quarter.
Yeah, the game can get over right away with these type of offenses when they're running it effectively. Option right side, kicks it out. Trout again, first down yardage, goes out of bounds.
You notice they're going right now.
Yeah.
With the option.
Well, and
they've had a little trouble.
They had some issues going that left hand. That is a tough thing to do for a quarterback to pitch the left hand. He may have a bad wrist or something too, but I say the turnover down there in the far end, and it just it's a different play, and it's a bit of an art form.
Yeah, I want to thank athletic director at Windsor, Mark Carnegie, for taking a chance on us and allowing us to broadcast the Windsor football games and basketball and volleyball.
Option again, right side. Apateka heads up field, sprints around a couple tackles, and puts his shoulder down, gets into a couple people, and goes out of bounds.
And look at that bench.
That got the sideline fired up.
Boy, look at that. Boy,
that's the senior taking it on himself, isn't it?
Well, he made a couple of guys wonder if they wanted to be here. I'll tell you what. He got down that sideline and
and what really set that up too, Randy, was the great read fake, the mesh that time. He really put the ball in the belly of his fullback and hung on to it. And then as you come out of that, you don't hesitate. He ran around there and had nobody on the corner for him. He just outran it.
Well, if you're Windsor, what you got to play for is you want to prove to everybody you are good enough to be the number 2 RPI.
Yep. Option right side again. That time nowhere to go. Nice job, Lampkins, getting upfield.
So as I was saying, Mark Carnegie, we went and talked to him, 6 or 8 months ago, and he took a chance on us, so we appreciate that. Just want to give him a shout out and a big thank you from the Windsor side. Also, Russ McKinley.
Noticing over there one of the
AD with the Poudre School District as well.
Got one of the defensive backs for the Lampkins. Kind of got a bad will. He turned it. Get into play here. And this time, Ramirez gets outside. McKalen Moore comes up, makes a nice tackle from the safety spot, but not after about a 9+ yard carry inside the 25. And that's good enough for another first down. And this is just the prescription that the Wizards need right now for that offense. They're running it solidly back and forth. They've had some short games from the fullback, but that sets up that perimeter game. And Apodaca right now, they're in tune.
And it wears on the defense, too.
Yeah.
But it also sets up, you got single coverage right there.
Yeah, both sides, no safety up deep over the top, so it's all on your own island. Apodaca does roll out. He's trying to hit Pedersen. He's got a lot of room to run, and it's back and picked off.
Oh, my gosh.
Underthrown by about 5 yards. I think he had so much room in front of him, he could have run easily for a first down, and he saw his secondary receiver. He had Pedersen just on the Osluggo route going out, and he just didn't put enough loft on it.
Yeah, and you could see that coming from a mile away. That he, he just
had the room and just kind of hesitated and didn't get the. It just didn't happen. That's too bad.
I just want to say a correction real quick. I said Russ's last name wrong. McKinstry, not McKinley, McKinstry.
Like in Mount McKinley.
Yeah, like Mount McKinstry.
He's like the rest of us. He'll answer no matter what we call
Russ. Him. We appreciate Russ, man.
Everything he's doing, though. People don't understand. There's a lot going on. We had some things that this game almost didn't happen. We'll get to that in a minute. First down, Lampkins first right at their front there. Vogelser gets the carry up the middle, goes for a couple. Gets that near the 4-yard line. There was a water main break here on the basically out there on the soccer field that borders right on the edge of Shields. And credit the district and the city officials coming in there and getting that patch. They'll have to fix it up tomorrow. But they were worried about having no water, no concessions, no anything over here, no restrooms. And that would have made, you could have the football game, but that certainly would have changed things. But kudos to everybody that put that work in today to get that set.
So on the, 1 yard line?
Now they're out just past the 3. Iverson under center. Toss right side. Remmer's trying to get upfield, runs into a pile, squirts his way through a couple more. They're just trying to get out. Now they're saying the ball is down. Side guy's coming in there. They think he's got it. No, they called it already. So fumble on the play, trying to get that extra yardage, puts it on the ground. Windsor picks it up, and it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 4. What a time to have a turnover if you're the Lampkins. And I'm sure it was just trying to make that extra yard, and when you're doing a great job, as Windsor's been doing, getting to the ball, somebody gets somebody, holds them up, and everybody else goes for the ball. They don't realize what goes on in one of those big piles. So a huge play. Chance right now for the Wizards to extend that lead to a 2-score lead. Sweep left side. Big gap. Ramirez trying to get that's just a great tackle. Coming there. McKalen Moore came out of the secondary, Randy, and just got under Ramirez's legs and took him down.
It was him or a touchdown.
Exactly.
So, there was nobody else there.
Great fill from the safety. Just you don't realize, people don't know how hard that play is. He saw recognition, and he just flew. So he starts off, and there's a great shot, Grace, there of him in the back center. He's in that 4 or 5 yards deep. And the old defensive coaches say you can't defend the end zone. You got to make the play outside the end zone. He come flying up and did it. So 2nd and goal now for the Windsors. Fullback gives straight at the middle, powers his way, and he is just short. Got a little commotion here to the side of us. Some of the coaches, assistant coaches, getting a little exercised. Some of the Fort Collins fans tell them about it. It's a game of passion. 3rd and goal now.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Hopefully that didn't come out over the air, but either way, 3rd and goal now. Windsor knocking at the door. Big play. Fullback give this time. I think he got underneath, and
the quarterback kept it.
Yeah, he spun around him. So nice job, Apodaca there. The fullback was just grabbed by everybody. He step around there, and a nice keep read. Sneaks in from the 1. So Randy now with a PAT pending, that's going to get him out to an 11-point lead. That gets you that 2-touchdown score no matter what. High snap, gets away from the holder. Trying to find somebody towards the end zone. It's going to be thrown up and knocked down. Nice job by the Lampkins defense. So that does make it a 10-point game. That could be a difference when you all have to do is kick a field goal to end the touchdown.
3 minutes left, right on the dot. Just kind of thanking some people. I want to thank Samantha Miller, who was our volleyball superstar this year. Cody McCoy, who you'll hear more about from him in the basketball season. And Abby Block and Grace Reeder, who've been
stellar on camera.
And they'll be joining us for a few basketball games as well. And we got a new cameraman coming in, Max Fink, who
Can't wait to say that.
Either a junior or senior at Fossil Ridge. He did his first game last week at that great Windsor. He did a historic game. He was the
really
cameraman
did.
on that.
I don't know if he can top that again, starting out like that there. And then Brian Roxbury, of course, too, with PSD TV and PSD YouTube TV.
Yeah, Randy Torrejon, who came and helped us out a couple of times, and, of course, Eric Freehoff, who will be doing some basketball games.
There's several involved to get this all done. We love supporting local athletics, and thanks to our sponsors that help us do it. So Brockhammer now, after the PAT went foul, punts it, kicks it down there, bounces a couple times, nice return depth, trying to get away from him, spins away from one. Shea Wynn's got the left side, but nice job of Windsor. I'll tell you, their coverage down there, guys are staying wide, nobody's getting around them, and now the Lamps are going to start in the hole.
Well, and the biggest thing I see is the body language for the Wizards. They're pumped, you know. They're playing better, and the sideline's pumped.
Well, they've gotten 2 turnovers at the most opportune places you can get. One's a pick six, and the other one's right at the front door inside the 5-yard line, and capitalized on both of those. And right now, that's the difference in the game. That's the 14 points. Fake to shore, roll out. Iverson's trying to look downfield. He's got to spin away. He's going to get tackled. Ball's loose in the end zone. And it's going to be a touchdown covered by Windsor. Iverson was trying to make something happen there, Randy, and just a great job of getting upfield and outside, keeping leverage, not letting him get outside. Grabbed him, and that's just one of those spots where you just got to get rid of the ball, and didn't, and it got loose, and Windsor took advantage of it and covered it 6 points.
So Windsor hasn't really had to have much of an offense at this point.
No. It's like I say, that's sometimes the way the games happen. Brockhammer back now again. 2:40 left here in the third quarter. Kick is up and good. So back-to-back touchdowns.
Well, she's automatic, isn't she?
Yeah, no, just an excellent kicker. Very consistent there. 34-17. A score that doesn't belie anything what the game has been like, but boy, that's how fast it can change.
Well, it is, and you know, when you get pressure on you, and that's what Windsor's done with their defense. They've started pressuring a little more. Fort Collins kind of had their way offensively during the first half, but I'm sure the defensive coaches kind of said, hey, guys, we might need a little more energy.
Well, and like I say, you got the tough field position to start with there. Then all of a sudden, just the worst time to have that kind of a turnover right in your own end zone. And Windsor, like I say, they're flying around, and they were in that second quarter too. Just the difference was Iverson made plays downfield, and so far this second half that hasn't happened.
Well, the rush is more, and so he hasn't, just like there, he didn't have time to throw. Got to have time to throw to get it down the field, so you got to wait for your receivers to get open.
So Brockner back now, ball towards the right hash. Drives in a low line drive kick, sometimes picked up cleanly, this time at the 11-yard line. Straight through the middle, breaks away, wins, tackled about the 31. Nice tackle in the open field there.
Oh, great tackle,
number
6.
Number 6 for the Wizards came across there, Brady Bollinger. Because Wind, if he steps out of that tackle, it could have been for the distance. So Iverson now back out on the field. That's those things you just got to get that out of your head, don't you? When something like that happens, it's just time to get away and reset yourself. Good field position to start this drive, though, and they definitely need to get one. 2.5 to play here in the third. Some kind of score would be pretty much necessary here. Toss play, Remmers left side trying to get outside and just doesn't get there. Nice job by Windsor coming forward. The flag on the play. I think we're probably going to get a holding call. Yeah, I can see the umpire calling it. And that'll move him back. I think even though there was no gain on the play, you got a defense right now that's hungry. You know, they'd like to be out there as much as they can, try to take advantage, playing very aggressively right now, and Lampkins need to make something happen going against it. So a holding call against Fort Collins. The referee didn't give us the decline signal. They are going to march it off. They're certainly taking some time there. I thought, okay, he usually does that afterwards. So first down played again, but 1st and 20. Spread formation. Screen pass coming up there, caught by Shore. Breaks one tackle, goes forward, but great job recovery there. Picked up about 11. And a nice play by Iverson that time, too, and just threaded that one through it. Shore made a nice catch. That had some heat on it.
Needed one more break outside and to go down the sideline.
Yeah, got about 10-12 back there, so 2nd and 8. The things that you kind of have to have as you are, they need to stay on the field now, too. They need to give their defense a break, even though they didn't have many plays out there. That drive did take something out of you, look like. I think they need to reset themselves and get that passion back from the first half. Quick out pattern. Leone down here sits down, just going to be just short. And I did a little research at halftime, too. Jake Leone, as we know, had a pretty significant injury at the beginning of the year and then has come back and playing. Well, I've been told basically he's playing with a torn ACL. It will get fixed later, but it's one of those, you tape it right, and credit to his toughness. So the old trainer says, well, son, you can't hurt it worse.
Yeah, but boy, I'll tell you what, there's no way I'd be able to come down on it. Mentally, it's more of a mental thing.
Yeah. Got a man open down the middle trying to throw it up just to get it a little deep. Shore didn't quite get the break on the ball that time, and nice coverage back there. Safety broke on it. Dylan Tufts, the junior.
Well, you see the difference now with the lead. Windsor will now play. They'll now back up and play the pass, and it's going to be harder to pass.
Yeah, safeties were down there, too. And that was a little interesting call there because it was 3rd and short, 3rd and less than 2. And to take it downfield that far. And now, you definitely got to punt. People's heads back to receive, but do you think it's a punt?
Well, there's a lot of up backs right there.
They're playing it as basically a strong D. Second in motion, which they do pretty much every time when they set up to protect the rugby punt. Good end over ender. It can be fair caught by Peoples at the 25-yard line. Nice job of getting under it and securing it. So the Wizards back in action now, and their offense starts on the 25-yard line and had the short porch after the turnover and then a fumble in the end zone. So 2 quick scores put the Lampkins in a hole, 34-17 with 55 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And this is where any football team would want to be, where they can just start running the ball and grinding down the clock.
Plays exactly into what Coach Jones and his philosophy of the offense is, and as you said, every coach would prefer to be that way. They have a chance now just to run that clock. If you can take 4 or 5 minutes off here in a nice long extended drive, the score doesn't really matter. Fake the fullback, kicks the outside, option play, hit deep in there. Boy, that was just a great commit. That was just too slow developing that time. And, I credit the Lampkin player. He did that throw. A good solid tackle. Like I say, a few years ago, that's a knockout shot, which the game has certainly changed for the better that way because came up, squared up, just a solid tackle, put him on the ground, lost about 6.
Similar to the NFL, there kind of are no dominant teams in 4A and 5A this year. There's a lot of good teams, but there's not really any dominant teams.
Sweep left side. Ramirez protecting the ball, cuts upfield, spins away a couple tackles, but the Lampkins swarm him under. Gets back out near the 29-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 11.
And I say that, talking a little bit about Windsor, and we'll come back after this message. That's the end of the third quarter. Our score, 34-17. The Wizards ahead from Windsor. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here in the Fort Collins Lampkins, possibly playing their final or final quarter at home, or final quarter of the year, I guess.
Both apply. But a big third down play here now, 3rd and 13. Interesting play call here right now, Randy. You know, it's the start of the fourth quarter. You're up 17. And if you run the ball here, you take about a minute or so off the clock. If you throw it here, you've got other things going. Option right side, Apodaca starts to step up field, spins around, gets 5 or 6, 7, 8 yards. A nice run, finish it off there, but just protecting the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah, and got in the middle of the field, which doesn't really matter at this point, but
well, I like the call because, one, the option play is going to run out a little longer, take a little bit more time to form, but the clock, they're going to take 40 seconds off that clock on one play there before they even have to punt it. And a lot of teams there, it's just that even though you didn't get the first down, that was still a pretty good series. They're going to run 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes off that clock. And that's the enemy right now, the Lambkins. High snap. Fake. Heads up field. Ramirez sees it, breaks through a couple tackles, across the 40, and he's got the first down. Tackled by Shea Wynn, but not until the yard to gain. Wills right back. And that's that rugby-style advantage when you got a running back.
We see that all the time.
Yeah.
But typically they usually kick it, but that time he just kept running, and he could have kicked it if somebody comes up, he could have still kicked it.
Well, and that's there's a lot of hanging heads right now with those Lambkins. They need to get that fire back in the first half, and Windsor right now is on cruise. Big play there, great recognition by Ramirez and just taking the ball. That's that senior experience, isn't it?
Yeah, and you've got a senior quarterback as well,
So splits both side out, flankers there. Option left side, kicks it out. Ramirez again, he's got the edge, being chased. Gets downfield, one man shakes the tackle inside the 40, still alive. Down the 30, breaks it all the way back behind. He's going to be dragged down. Good open field tackle that time by McCain Moore, but not before a gain of about 30 yards.
And zigzagging, there's a timeout.
And we've got an official timeout on the field. I don't know if I've got a flag, and everybody's kind of walking back. Yeah, there's a flag right in the middle of the field. So that might have been the reason the offense had all that on that edge. Official's going to show us it's going to be a personal foul. And sportsmanlike conduct, just the that's going to be a big one. Not only you take back about a 30-plus yard run, you're going to go 15 the other way.
What could you possibly done on a running play? It'd be an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Generally, you're going to. Not sure of the sign there. That's what I'm trying
to
kind
just
of
keep walking back.
Yeah, well, no, it's 15-yarder. If it's two men blocking same guy, whether it's a chop block or if one person's posted up and goes underneath them there. And the commentary is,
Yeah, Captain Obvious.
There we go. That's nice. That's funny. So that's a big flip. That's about a 50-yard difference going from the other 30 inside down there. Apodaca back to throw. He's got a man in the flats, flips it out here, and that one just airmailed.
Nice catch by the
assistant coach on the sideline brought it in there. He's trying to hit number 37 out in the flat there, and just never really got himself set. John Morgan was open, but by the time he got that out of his hands, he was running out of real estate. So that'll bring up second and about 25. They need to get to the 48-yard line, cross midfield for a first down. And almost two. One thing there, that stops the clock. We're 10-22, and your defense is playing pretty well, but you got there. You got those two scores out of the norm. A fumble recover like that, and then a fumble in the end zone. Inside reverse, kicked it back here, trying to step up field, trying to gather a little motion. And Fort Collins is talking about the ball. That was ball. It's one we talk about these guys staying in the up and not getting the quick whistles. Referee, though, raised his finger saying that he was down and it's going to be he's marking the next down. Just I like the misdirection play, but holy moly. That had been a fumble. That's the one thing that gets Lambkins back in it. But a lot of things going on this weekend. Volleyball all over the Front Range, especially in Fort Collins, Windsor. Apodaca left, kicks the motion, gets to Ramirez. He heads up field. We get about 8 or 9. So it'll be 4th and about 12. Nice job by the Lambkins, just not letting him get the edge. But he did stay in bounds, so the clock is going to run. They'll be punting with about 8:50 left in the game. So a little bit of urgency now if you're the Lambkins.
Well, the offensive line has got to be able to, hold Windsor back long enough so that Iverson can throw deep.
Yeah, now they need to start making those plays again, as you saw in that second quarter. Can they find that? We'll find out here after the punt. And they're waiting it out. Nice job of sitting back there. Low snap. That's blocked. I think it was tipped. Ramirez was hit, but I believe that ball was tipped. That was the rusher was right over the top of it. Yeah, the referee is saying that ball was tipped.
Stop the clock.
So after the 4th down punt there, nice rush up the middle, and I think Ramirez, he varied from his rugby-style kick and went away from. Now there's a lot of fans on the other side that Windsor, they're not happy with the call. The referee's right there, and Coach Jones came out and they chatted about it. I think, frankly, they're lucky it wasn't blocked and picked up and run in because he was all over it.
I don't know how he missed it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So 1st down and 10, didn't end up badly. It was a decent enough yardage gain, but on the flip, bubble pass out here to Seged, steps up, beats one man, tackled a little high there. Somebody did get the jersey and keep it, ran by it, picked up about 13. I like that play, Randy.
Yeah, I do too, and he's got the ability to break that too.
Well, yeah, you need to try for a couple home run plays here once in a while. I mean, that's a safe throw, but you've got to find something upfield.
And they've really only thrown downfield. Even the touchdown wasn't necessarily a long pass.
No,
it was.
No. That means you don't have to throw it far to get the big play.
But you got to loosen something up. But right now, the safeties and linebackers are all playing to pass. So.
Yeah, they all backed off a half a step. You can see the linebackers there about an extra step back. They're about 5 yards there. They'll give up a few first downs as long as that clock's running. Screen pass set up here. Sega turns upfield, turns on the Jets. Better put that ball away. Whistle got him down. He's going to be short, about a yard short of the first down.
I'd like to see him break outside. There was nobody outside.
Well, and that's the difference right now, as you said. Like I said, the linebackers, they're a little layer back further, and they've got that makes that screen a little tougher to get going because they're not drawing in as much.
Still a nice gain.
2nd and 1. But they need to get out of that huddle and get to the line of scrimmage. Clock is running. There's 7:18 to play. Pistol formation. Iverson looks downfield, got the man over the middle, throws it in. And that gets a pretty good call. Nice defense on the second there. Peoples kept that left arm straight out from his body and curled around. And Iverson tried to fit that in the spot where the second had a chance at it, but it goes incomplete. Well, I like that kind of a throw now. You just trying to kind of run that little sluggo there, that slant and go, try to get that skinny post down the middle and let your athlete make a play on it. But now they got to get the first down. Shore motion near side. Fullback give Vogelser. I don't know who's got the ball. I think the ball hit the ground right away. It did.
I don't think he even got the snap. I think he pulled out before it.
Picked up right away by the Wizards, and I don't think that play ever really got started.
Well, I was just sitting there thinking, they should have run a quarterback sneak on that. All they needed was...
Yeah, there's nobody covering the center. Freitag there is the one that came with the ball from the bottom, and I think it was out right away. Yeah. Now, if you're Windsor, you don't want to even throw. 7-4 left. Time to run and get yourself set up and get yourself into the playoffs next week. Get some of that rhythm that you had this half and try to put this game away. Ramirez, left side sweep. Upfield gain about 3 or 4. And you're down 17, timeouts don't really make that big a difference. Now, if they're the Lambkins and you've got all 3 left, both teams do. You can be strategic with them, but you don't have 5 or 6, you got 3.
And this is pretty much a classic Windsor game. I mean, they're a tough team. They forced a lot of turnovers. I'm not sure how many they forced over the full year, but today, that's been a pretty good friend of theirs. Their offense has only scored a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, no, those are the big plays of the game. Tough for the Lampkins to think it's like you kind of gifted it away. Fullback dive goes nowhere. Lampkins realize, they're coming up in the middle. Like I said, they're going to let the clock run here and try to stop them. So it'll be third. 6 to go. Need to cross the 40-yard line. Look for your wide, your sweep plays, your longer developing plays. Just take that time and run it. You don't realize when you run the ball outside the hash and don't go out of bounds, the referee, they got to bring it all back in. Everybody's got to get back to the line of scrimmage. That does take a little bit of time, too. 5:40 to play. Apodaca's looking. Back judge is counting already. Snap, fullback gives straight up the middle. Apodaca goes to his left. Ramirez met. Nice solid tackle there out in the open by number 7 from the Spencer Purnell, the senior, comes up, and great job in the open field tackle, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, and as you said, they ran out and officials are looking for the ball and passing the ball.
Yeah, you go wide of the hash.
You got to have administration.
So clock is still running. Ramirez back to punt. Last one was blocked. One before that, he decided to take up and run and made 15 yards and a big first down to really just kind of ice the clock for the Wizards. Wizards are short a few players.
You've only got one person to the far right.
Yeah, there's only one here
to beat. I mean, if he could.
And we got to delay a game already for that. Luckily for the Wizards, I think they did. That was I think they knew the play was stopped before that. The snap came anyway and went past Ramirez about 15 yards. It's a nice weapon when you can have an excellent running back like Ramirez back there being a solid punter too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Want to thank our sponsors again, Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, First Bank. If you'd like to sponsor the next calendar year, we're going to be giving opportunities for that, so we'll give you a little information.
Basketball
here.
starts pretty soon. Ramirez this time puts it away high. Directional towards the sideline, is going to bounce out about the 26, 27-yard line. So decent punt. Ran the clock, and it's going to stop at 4:37. So now Lampkins, it's the decision time. So, okay, do you try to get it all back here in a couple plays? And you got to give it air out a couple times. And just what a change in the feeling of the game. The quick turnover on the 5, score 3 plays later. Then a fumble in the end zone covered by Windsor. All of a sudden, there's 13 points with one PAT miss that just happened. Quick out pattern out here to Seged. Caught, steps out of bounds. Nice throw. They're going to let them do that. People's just playing behind them. It's like, well, you can march down the field and do that and take the rest of the game, and you may not make it all the way to the end zone. But credit to the Lampkins, they did play a pretty good first half, but just all of a sudden fate stepped in and a couple plays just took the wind right out of their sails, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
tough.
Pretty quick.
Spread formation. Iverson's got to flush the right side. Gets out around the edge, heads up field, steps out of bounds about the 47. Smart play.
Talking about our sponsors, and we've got both teams here, so it's a good opportunity for me to tell you a little bit about. We've got a package where you can sponsor Poudre School District teams, and then we've got a package you can just sponsor Windsor for that community, or we've got a package that you can do the whole northern Colorado area. So we'll give you an email address here that you can.
Shore takes the jet sweep, got a lot of room, spreads up field, gets the outside, makes a couple cuts, first down plus more across the 40. And it's been an effective weapon for them all night long on that jet sweep. I tell you, Jackson Shore, the senior captain, he's got that stride, Randy, and he turns it upfield. He can accelerate. Clock is running, 4:15 left here in the game. Lampkins love to get another one on the board to make it a little more exciting. Big rush coming, screenplay. That type of throw a little too high. Shore got through his hands. I mean, that was a throw, that was a high pass, but that we've seen him make that catch, and might have been a little fatigued there.
has not targeted Leone hardly at all.
Yeah, just a few out patterns there, and I think it's a it's a time right now you need that downfield explosiveness. Tough for him to do. Courageous as he played with that leg anyway. Quick out pattern this time to Vogelser, sets up field. Nice catch inside the 30, still running, fighting off blockers. 5, 6, 7 white jerseys, and ends up 10 of them on top of him.
That's called a gang tackle.
Yes, it is, and what a great effort by Vogelser there too. I mean, a nice little catch. Iverson once again, open field, made a good decision. Here's my athlete downfield. It goes quicker that way. Bubble screen top. That time to Leone, heads it straight up field, north and south, puts his shoulders down, gets inside the 20. 3:36 to play. Gain of about 7. Trips here to the near side. Twins the top of your screen. No backfield. Play getting changed from the sideline. Flares one towards the end zone. Just going to be a jump ball. Leone, Peoples with there to it. And I think that's the difference in the leg right there. You can tell he just doesn't have the spring.
Well, I'll tell you what, as one who's had an ACL injury, a lot of that's mental, because when you come down and you blow your ACL, it's one of the more painful things that happens. And so if it's not fixed, it means that it's still broken, and he could come down and it could go out again.
Things could go a lot worse there, too. I'm sure it's wrapped and taped, everything else. Obviously, just the courage and the toughness to play.
Well,
he gets everything he deserves
there,
yeah. But you just know there was just no chance for him to get in the air there, just trying to use the taller athlete. Peoples just got up vertically to knock the ball away. Quarterback draw, Iverson straight downfield, slides, gets first down yardage. Good play. So ball inside the 15 now, 1st and 10.
Iverson called his own number there.
Yeah. That's what they say. So open backfield again, pistol formation. Blitz coming. Had to get rid of it. McGuire just I think he was trying to turn and run. I think he felt he had an opening there and he had a chance to go make a play there.
But you know what? If you're not going to score a touchdown, stop the clock. Incomplete pass is not the worst thing in the world.
No. Well, now I'm starting to look for one of those inside-out plays, too. You got McGuire and Shore on the inside, or Vogelser out here, and Leone on the outside. You run the outside man in and see which one of your slots can go to the outside. Quick out pattern, though. Hits Shore on the far side, goes out about the 7-yard line. And that's one of those, what impressed me about Iverson there, too. Obviously, he's taken to his coaching quite well, because he held that ball up high, pivoted his feet, and threw a strike. Ball didn't come down, didn't put it down in the holster, didn't have to wind up, just stepped into it and fired it. 3rd and 3 now. 2:48 to play. Getting out of bounds certainly saved about 20 seconds there. They don't have to rush to the line. Windsor just rushing 3. Another screen play called, taking advantage of that, and it's going to be a touchdown. And nope, he's going to cut one side there. If he just cut straight upfield, he was there. Shore that time, I think he thought he could run in, going sideways there, and if he had tucked it and just dived for the line, he was on it. This time they get right back on the line. This time sneak is in and good. Touchdown, Lampkins. Have a penalty on the play, and we also have a player down in the end zone. So while they're going to work with him and make sure that young man's okay, we're going to take a break up here. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here live. The touchdown did not count. There was a procedure penalty. I'd like to say the young man for Windsor, Serrano, is able to walk off gingerly, but able to walk off on his own. So 1st and 10 now, goal to go for the Lambkins. Low snap, slant pattern coming back there, and almost intercepted. Boy, great read. Yeah, great read by the inside linebacker, and I couldn't get to him again and fast enough. I don't know if that was.
He'll be dreaming about that one.
Yeah, that had that moment there. I believe that was number 44 as he just kind of stepped underneath the slant pattern coming through, James Hartwell.
Well, we've seen a few picked off this year, right? Just like that, down in deep in the red zone.
And it's a foot race. So 2:25 to play here. Lambkin's 2nd and goal. Pistol formation. Iverson looks to his left, throws the slant this time, and Seged just steps away. And actually, I think Peoples might have turned an ankle. He's kind of ginger there. With 2:22 left, and you get a chance now to make it a 10-point game and get your onside kick going, which we know the Lambkins do as well as anybody in Northern Colorado. We've seen it plenty of times. That's the next thing you're doing right now on both sidelines. Coach Jones and his guys are talking about, all right, know it's coming. Let's get to it. Get to the ball. Get down. Protect the guy that catches it. Got to make a play on the defensive side. And if you're the Lambkins, you're like, okay, go like your hair's on fire and make a play the other way.
Oh, and they fumble the extra point.
So the hold goes away. Goes to the ground, and it's going to be no good. So after the touchdown, the failed PAT, 34-23, 2:22 left here at French Field.
But again, if you're Fort Collins looking for moral victories, 2 of those touchdowns were gifted.
Very much so.
You take 14 away from that, and you're ahead.
Yeah, that's the bitter taste from a game where at times you played really well and you dominated one of the best teams in 4A for a couple of quarters, and I don't know, but you had the long halftime and the senior day and things like that, and Windsor gets to go in and regroup.
Well, and it's hard to focus when your parents are here. You got to get out there and you got to figure out.
Well, it's an emotional time too. I mean, I could see it going both ways. It's just that's what they've always done here, so it's not news. So the All-State call came out. Good hands team. Everybody's up front.
We've seen it work, kicking the ball down about the 30 as well.
Yep.
Where there's no people.
Well, everybody is, like I say, pretty much up front. They've got 10 people up in the 30-yard line or closer. Now they regroup, and it's just a scrum kick. Go straight forward. Ball's on the ground and covered by Windsor. Nice job of just getting over it. And Salazar, I think, 22 Salazar got to it and did the right thing. Don't get cute, just cover it up. So 2:19 left. And basically it's a matter of not if Windsor can get a first down. I mean, you can call timeout a couple times if you are Fort Collins, but with an 11-point game, not a lot to gain there. Depends on what happens the very first play. If it's a no-gain play, make it happen, right?
Yeah. And I think what they've really got to watch is that quick hit up the middle that we've seen so many times in these situations.
Everybody's trying to make a play at the line of scrimmage, and they get that extra step at the next level, and they're gone. Sweep left side Ramirez. He breaks to the outside, steps through first down yardage and more, and tripped up downfield, just like you talked about. Everybody's trying to make a play short, and you kind of overrun it. Good night for Ramirez.
Yeah, they're fortunate he didn't go to the house on that because he had that look. And
well, now you really don't need to be in a hurry. Now you won't get any timeouts called either. 2:07 clock's running. Ball's in the 42-yard line. Windsor can just take their time and hand it off 3 or 4 times, and that's going to be the game. Takes nothing away from the effort the Lambkins put out tonight, but I'd say the 2 just quick back-to-back gifts that Windsor capitalized on. Fullback left side, corralled, maybe a yard gain, but they got called. They got to blow the whistle here.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's trying, but there's 5 guys on him, and the only thing that's going to happen there is somebody's ankle or knee is going to be the last thing to go. Timeout is going to be taken, though, by the Lambkins. So no gain on the play, 1:38 to play. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
We're back here, and minute 38 left. Windsor comfortably ahead, 34-23. And again, well-played game, really, from both sides, just not at the same time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just a couple of crucial mistakes at the worst places possible.
You get a pick six, and you get a fumble in the end zone. And
another fumble on the 5.
Yeah, so you're talking 21 points.
Toss left side. Salazar turns it up. Gain about 5 or 6. Ball's on the ground. Now the linesman's calling him down. Because I saw the defensive back go running for it, but the ball probably just hit the ground.
And
down to a minute and a half to play. Oh, do we have another time? Yeah, we had another timeout called.
So we'll keep it here, and again, we've got...
just a summary for the year, too. I mean, we've had, like I say, exciting to know that Poudre has come back after that great start they had and had a rough patch in the middle in the conference, playing some pretty heavy-duty teams, some losses they might not have expected, but still...
Well, I think one of the bigger upsets we had here, besides Fort Collins over Monarch, was Rocky over Poudre.
Yeah, in a big game that night, and it kind of did flip them, but kudos to Poudre, keep playing and getting into the 5A playoffs. That's a special group of seniors.
And anything can happen in the playoffs.
Well, they got all the weapons. They got the line, the size, they got the defense. I mean, it'll be interesting to see who they draw, but tell you what, they'll be on the road, but don't hesitate and
they won on
keep
the road
cheering
last
on.
night.
I say that's not new. They won a game down at Mountain Vista earlier this year, so they're not strangers to road wins. Third down, under center, sweep left side, Ramirez. Breaks one tackle, gets upfield, is going to get the first down, and Moore falls forward, and that will do it. There's going to be one timeout taken if the Lambkins want to do it here, but...
they can take a knee.
Yeah. Well, they got 3 downs to do it, and they can just start the clock as soon as they place it down. Kind of like it down here. It's tough to see on the near sideline, but Coach Rice on the side officially shaking his hands, a little hug there, and said, I might have said a few things trying to help you call that game here on the near sideline, and that was just all good fun, right?
Yeah.
Every coach, as passionate as they all are, because what they're all doing.
Well, if you're Fort Collins, you gotta figure you can let one get away here.
Yeah.
If you're Windsor, you say, hey, we're the number 2 team. We came on the road over here and in a hostile environment and won a game. So.
Yep.
Whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, it's the W. Sometimes you just got to get out of here and made it happen. Either way, it takes nothing away from Windsor to say they did take advantage of what's given to them. Knee again by Apodaca now with 31 seconds left, and that will do it. But two teams, the tale of two halves there. A great first half by the Lambkins, leading 17-14, and then coming out of the gate, a couple crucial mistakes, solid play by the Wizards. They're going to come away with the victory tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and that makes them 9-1. They'll maintain that RPI, I'm sure, of number 2, so you're going to see them. We will tweet out. We are potentially going to do the playoff game next week, but we have to
see a few things get aligned.
Yeah, we have to pay Chassa some bucks to do that, so we will follow us on Twitter, as we've said all year, NoCo Broadcast. And again, thanks to our entire team, thanks to Russ and everybody here for another fine football season here on Stream It Sports with Randy McCoy and David Haase. Grace, she's going to be moving back to the other side of the mountain here the 18th. She's got a job already. So we're happy to have her. She's really been one of the best we've had over here. So we really appreciate that, Grace, and she's done a great job on the camera as you see the teams. So anyway, another six-year partner. We've
well done. Been my pleasure.
Done this thing. I want to thank Phil Mildren, who's our executive producer, owner of Stream of Sports as well, and all the people who've written in. We've had more responses this year than any year as far as people watching and on Facebook Live and different things. So it's been our pleasure, really, to do this for you. So we will be back December 5th, our first basketball game, Fossil Ridge and Golden. And so Dave and I will be around, and you'll hear some Cody and some other people probably.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep.
Turn the page.
But for tonight, Windsor comes and beats Fort Collins 34-23 for David Haase, Grace Reeder. I'm Randy McCoy, and we will see you in a few weeks. God bless.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good.